Get it. The name is Law Nation. Without hesitations nor deviations to the matter, let's continue to grind to shine. I hate losing. I really do. I do. I know you guys do as well. It's part of the process. If you really think that we were going undefeated under Cooper Rush, I had a new game plan for you. Neither here nor there. This is just a battle. The war is far from being over. As the room fill up, be sure to hit that like button, let a friend or a neighbor know where to go. Come on. It's all good in the hood, baby. Come on. Come on. Don't listen to the media. Don't listen to the four-letter network. Don't do that. There's a loss somewhere in there for the opposing team too. Come on. Mama said there'll be days just like this. Come on. As the room fill up, be sure to jump right on in as I set up. I'm still setting up though. Bear with me. Come on.
Double-digit sacks this year, the way he's playing, and of course the rest of the talent across that defensive line.
Yeah, I wish he could have grabbed that fumble though. The missed snap right there felt like if he could have just, and he's usually got really quick hands too.
What's up, everybody?
And, if he could have just fallen on that ball there at midfield, maybe that would have given the Cowboys a little bit better chance in this one.
Couple of opportunities there for the defense to be a little
Appreciate everybody for jumping in, though.
Micah Parsons had some tremendous coverage. I think it was on Dallas Goedert, and he ended up breaking up that pass and had a chance maybe to intercept it. And it's rare that Micah doesn't come up with kind of a game-altering type of play like that. But
right.
The defense did not come up with a turnover today, and Cooper Rush 3 interceptions after he'd been really perfect in his time playing.
Defense didn't tackle very well in the secondary. You know, you look at the runs
Anthony.
and stuff that they had. I know late in that, the final Philadelphia drive, the final touchdown.
Still setting up over here. Y'all bear with
me. The Brown misses the tackle, and I had a lot of high hopes for Brown in the way,
Let's go.
He just has not been playing
Brown
as well
on Brown
as he
crime.
needs to play. And that's when you talk
Let
about
me know if y'all can hear the audio.
Things like that. There just seems like to be some space out there, guys catching balls on him. I thought he would make a lot more plays on balls and stuff like that, and maybe that's being a little nitpicky right now, but man, you needed to tackle really well in this game. And and I think that Donovan Wilson had some early in this game.
I got thoughts on that one though.
Led to some more positive plays, more yards.
I'm not even going to blame Donovan
Wilson. They're going to look at the
Wilson.
tape on the way home and on their pads, and they're going to say what if, but those the turnovers were bad, and just the ability not to really
nobody coming to see you, Otis,
in that game. If before half, if you score a touchdown there instead of kicking the field goal, they had all those shots at the opportunity, throwing the balls. Noah Brown almost comes down with a huge play, but just could not get his feet in bounds there on that play.
No, I mean, the first half, you just had nothing going offensively, and the time of possession was so skewed.
Shout out to you, Anthony, man.
The Eagles short fields with the turnovers as well. So you certainly put yourself in a bad position there, and you made it a game, cutting it to 3 in the second half. But you're right. And Donovan Wilson, a guy that had been so good, one of the better tacklers on this team, but tonight, not a great night for him. And I'm sure there's a lot to learn from, but certainly a lot to be optimistic about. And in this postgame, always a stinker to lose to Filthy. And this is about you, and we can open up the phone lines, have a little group therapy here. Zach Wolchuk alongside the Super Bowl winning scout, Brian Broaddus, here on your official Dallas Cowboys postgame show after the Cowboys lose to...
Come on, mods, don't block everybody because real Bulldogs. Hey, please call in, though. He said law so sensitive. Please don't block everybody, though. Just let them talk long as it's not a personal attack. Let them gloat. This is what they supposed to do. Mods, please let the Philadelphia Eagles fans talk. If it's not a sensitive bone in my body. So, y'all, please let them talk today.
Hey, guys, how you doing? I just want to talk about how this quarterback controversy is finally proven to not be a controversy at all. Cooper Rush is absolute trash.
Don't call the man trash, though.
And when he makes the right read, he makes horrible throws. Every pass that he made to a wide-open wide receiver was 10 to 5 yards off. It's ridiculous that people want to sit there and anoint him as the next Tony Romo or whatever they want to call him. Dak should
ain't nobody but the media, man.
In this game if he was healthy. This is a divisional game. This isn't just a regular game. I get it. They want to ease him into a nice, maybe a layup against the Lions, but still.
Ain't no layups in football.
This has playoff implications written all over it. You sit there and Cooper Rush is sitting there.
I'm gonna eat my crow though
on that potential TD pass. He looks at him 3 times on that same play, and I'm sitting there yelling, "Do not throw it to him! Do not throw it to him!" Sitting there, he sits there and he throws towards Gallup when Gallup's lined up against their number 1 corner and CD's lined up against their number 3 corner. It's just ridiculous. And then on defense,
question. Yeah, you think there was really a controversy on this thing? You think there was a controversy?
People, not with professionals. But
well, no, that's what I'm saying. There's not a controversy.
Get him, Brian!
Playing as a backup to Dak. That's what they were trying to do. There was not a controversy here. So no, I mean, I think there were people that were saying, "Hey, let it ride until he loses a game." Well, he lost a game, but Dak's ready. Now, okay, let me ask you another question. You are questioning the medical staff of the Dallas Cowboys. Then is that what you're doing?
No.
You are, because you're saying that Dak should have been playing, and they've had a plan for him. They had a plan for him the whole time. They were going to ramp him up for 2 weeks to get him ready for a game.
Oh my God!
He just started throwing this week. So I go ahead.
That's the thing is they did have Dak. He threw 1 day out of the week.
Yeah, he rested
on a little bit quicker pace than that.
No. But now you're questioning the doctors of the team, right?
Not necessarily the
Well, you are, but you're saying they should have been quicker. Damn,
man, Brian, leave the man alone, man.
Just so he could play in this game?
No, but Dak said if it was up to him, he would have been playing
Dak's
in the game.
Always going to say that. Dak had a damn bone hanging out of his leg, and he said, "I'll be ready next week." And, he thought it was a damn cramp or something. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate your call, brother, but man, I can't dance with you on this one.
He got one dance with him, boy. That Brian boy. I love angry Brian, baby.
No, I mean, I think it's a good, a good call.
Had that
and
man.
I agree with
Let me put
what
MJ
David
up
is
there,
saying,
man.
but
He had that
I'm with
man.
you, Brian. I mean,
Brian, you wrong, bully, Brian,
Dak
baby.
is always going to want to play.
He's always going to want to play.
Dodgers are doing what's best for
boy
the
had-
He wasn't ready to
had
go
that
yet.
man moonwalking over there.
They'd have had him play.
Yeah, I worked at that place 14 years. I talked to the medical staff.
Oh, man,
there
had
all
that
the
man
time about
moonwalking,
this. This is
man.
why you should listen to 105.3 The Fan.
Oh, man, had
because
the man
I do have
moonwalking,
information
baby.
about this stuff. I gave
Had
you
that man
I'm
moonwalking,
giving
Brian.
you why. I'm giving you the why and the timetables and stuff.
Oh, my
like that.
gosh, man.
So,
Brian, you had to do the man
it sounded
like
like
that.
he was questioning the doctors.
Oh, my
Just because
gosh,
Dak
man.
said he could play,
Look at that, man.
doesn't mean he
That's
could
it.
play.
Right. Like, if I'm sure if Dak had it
Jerry
his
said
way,
he could play 3 weeks ago
Right, he'd
against
be out
the
there,
Commanders.
but
Yeah.
it's
Oh,
not
my gosh.
medically. He wasn't good to go. I also think that Cooper Rush. I don't know that he's necessarily trash. Right. I think that Cooper Rush
is not trash.
I think he did
man,
his
but,
job.
But everybody
This was
doing
the
this
worst that
right
we've
now.
seen from Cooper Rush, but yeah, to us there was never a quarterback controversy.
No.
I know some
Hell
fans
no,
out there
man.
might be out on.
All right, so, man, before they get into that, man, I just got to say this. I'm eating my crow, though, so I'm going to eat my crow on the because I wanted the Cowboys. Oh, y'all know I had my clips. I had my clips ready to go. But I'm going to tell y'all this, though. 2 areas I'm not going to say Anthony Brown, but the Cowboys got to somehow, Jordan Lewis, you got Dayron Bland, who is a sure better tackler than Jordan Lewis. And I'm not saying that Jordan Lewis was the reason why we lost this game, but dog it, man. You got to understand that Dayron Bland would have set the tone on physicality. He would have made a play tonight. I promise you he would have made a play tonight. I promise you. I ain't going to talk too much about Anthony Brown.
Yep. That secondary can play.
Yeah, sure
They've certainly gotten a lot better. And, God, I feel sick to my stomach for giving them any credit, but I did. I just did that. Can't wait to see them in December.
Too small, right?
Dak
They
Prescott
bullied Jordan
back in the
Lewis
lineup.
today.
Hopefully so.
All right, let's go out to Chip in New Mexico.
Chip,
how's
don't
it going?
moonwalk now. Don't moonwalk, baby.
Hey, fellas. After the Tampa game, if you'd have told me you could be 4-2 after 6,
Sure.
I would have bought it in a minute.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm not
Don't
really
get Brian
upset
mad.
about this loss because we didn't have all hands on deck. But, Brian, I need to ask you a question. Why did our head coach not take a risk to challenge in that play?
I have no idea.
But then he comes out and goes for it this very next play on 4th from the 35.
Yeah, on the 35.
This, man.
I know that part of it, and listen, hey, Mike McCarthy, I'm the one guy that is on his ass about everything.
Brian, man.
The fact that they are where they are right now, you got to give these coaches credit. I wish that he would have let them
Appreciate
take a look
you,
at
Anthony.
that. I absolutely. I don't know. Here I am. I'm sitting in a studio in Dallas, Texas. Me and Zach.
Mike could get a
Wolchuk,
holding
going,
call.
That's a first down. And they mark it short, and I go, they got to challenge this. There was such a key moment in the game.
The spot was horrible.
And you get an opportunity to keep a drive going. And so, to me, Mike McCarthy, I give you a lot of credit for what you've done so far, but that was mismanagement of the game right there. That point right there. That play needed to be challenged. I will get on you about that.
A huge point in the game.
Somebody upstairs should have told him.
And the Cowboys at times have had success with getting up there quickly and calling a play. That just seemed like utter confusion. The play call wasn't good, but you could tell when CD stretched for the extra effort. Hold on a second. He might have gotten that just from the naked eye from watching it on the TV.
I thought immediately
I'm watching up from Dallas. I'm Dallas now. I saw it.
He's horizontal on bodies, and it's where he placed the ball right on the line. I'm like going, that's a first down. And so I don't know how they didn't see it upstairs, and I didn't know how they didn't see it on the sidelines. But, yes, that was a miss by Mike McCarthy and the coaching staff.
Absolutely.
The folks that managed the game for him.
Yep. That was a great call, Chip. I agree with you. 26-17, Cowboys knock off the Eagles. More of your calls and texts. But right now, let's pause 10 seconds for station ID here on the Dallas Cowboys.
No doubt, Cowboy Nation. So with that being said, I thank everybody for tuning in. I'm going to eat my crow. We're not crying. We're not complaining. We're just explaining. For those who knew, we go over this win, lose, or draw. I'm going to point out the things we should have done. We're going to point out the things that we didn't do right.
Not bitching, be bitching this weekend.
Got you, man. What do you got?
What you got, man?
They played well. My 10-year-old is upset. Thought we could do it better, but you have a backup quarterback.
Sure.
And we made it this far doing
Wait till Dak get back
what
out there,
we've done.
man.
We ran the ball. We couldn't run the ball that well. And so I'm content. We're 4-2. We got 2 winnable games coming up and a bye week. So, take what we got, and hopefully we can improve from there.
Yeah, thanks for the call, bro. Appreciate you.
Ferguson's played out today.
Tell your son I'm sorry that we took an L tonight. Yeah, you know what? To me, if you're listen, I'm the guy that picked against the Cowboys today. I didn't think they could score enough points. I really, really didn't think they could score enough points.
Yeah.
But at the end, I'm almost cheering for him. I'm like, come on, do this, and you're just kind of like, hey, make me look wrong in this thing.
Oh, of course.
But again, if you're in a situation right now and you're playing with a backup quarterback, he's turning over the ball. He's made some plays for you, but your defense has been the calling card, and for you to let him run the ball, what was that, 12 straight times to get to seal this thing,
That was a disheartening drive in the second half.
That's disheartening.
It was.
You can blame the backup quarterback.
You just rallied and cut.
For the link, man, check out 105.3 The Fan. It's in my description box on my YouTube page. Go there and you will be able to see the link to hear what I'm hearing on 105.3 The Fan.
Where they had to even throw the ball? That right there, my friends, that wasn't very good.
No, it wasn't.
No.
And I'm sure Dan Quinn
17
in
on
that
us.
defense, they have a lot of pride. And you could see the frustration boil over with Trayvon Diggs there. And very quickly, Brian, we did get a text in, from the 214 that they hated the way that Diggs kind of showed up his teammates there in a way after that touchdown. Did you feel like that?
Nah,
I
man.
initially didn't even think about that.
Well,
did you think that in any way?
No, and that's so I can understand the text. He wasn't showing up. I mean, there's legitimate frustration. You have fought your way back into this game with your backup quarterback, and everything that had gone wrong, and all you needed to do was get a stop. Get them to throw the football, and you couldn't get him to throw the ball. And once that happened, then now you're in trouble, because Dallas was not going to be able to come back. It was just, it just took them too long. That drives were just taking too long. Brandon Graham, give him some credit. I mean, if Cooper Rush doesn't get hit, maybe that's a touchdown throw. A long,
right.
Gosh, I hope it would be.
Yeah.
CeeDee Lamb was running wide open. Bradbury falls on his face.
Yeah, I don't think Diggs was showing his guys up. I really, really don't. I just think that the frustration level was super, super high at that point.
Yeah, absolutely. Because, they hold themselves to a high standard.
They do.
And to give up a drive like that, they knew how important that was right there.
Yeah.
All right, we will hear from Coach Mike McCarthy. We got Brad Sham coming up. More of your calls and texts, 26-17. Eagles over the Cowboys. More Cowboys therapy next. Dallas Cowboys football will continue in a moment.
All right, so with that being said, the final score, of course, 26-17. The Cowboys couldn't punch it in for multiple more drives there down the end. I told Lord Brunson, good game, and the Eagles barely beat us, and he muted me. Tyler, I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. Look, the Eagles won this game, and the Eagles fans would now say, hey, Cowboys, no excuses, right? No excuses. That's okay, all right? So shout out to them. I'm eating my crow over here, right? Shout out to them. They won the game, right? It's not over with, baby. Look, it's a long season. But if you think that in this month right here, in October, that October the 16th, that this is the deciding factor whether or not you win the Super Bowl or not, you got a long way to go. And look, you fight, you rallied. There's no way in life that a third of the Cowboy Nation thought that the Cowboys will be 4-2 right now at this moment. Give them their flowers. But one thing I can tell you, it's a long season. Just think about this. The Giants, they're 5-1 right now. They're 5-1. So you truly believe that they are better than the Cowboys because they're 5-1? Just because their records say such? No, they're not. They're not. But they're second place for right now. And when they get down to it, our guys getting healthier as the time processes out. We getting James Washington back. We getting Dak Prescott back. Baby, it's about to go down the stretch. One thing I told people, and I've been on record for this before the season's kicked off. I said you do not want to peak in September. You do not want to peak in October. And the people that reached out to me said, oh, man, the Cowboys must lost. Oh, the Cowboys must just lost. I was saying it even when we won. So the season is meant to be long, not short. Now, in this game, did we have our opportunities? Yes. That 3rd and 1 play, Coach got to challenge that. He got to challenge it. He shouldn't have rushed it out there and went for it on 4th and 1. You got to play the field. Even when we were pressing to throw the INTs. I look back at this and I say to y'all, man, This thing, if you play the fields, baby, I don't see 26 points out there for the Eagles. I don't see them stretching the ball and driving 80 yards. You gave them a short field. You gave them points. So if they want to walk around and beat on their chest, say, yeah, man, we beat y'all. Well, good. Get the cookie. Texas boy says Kevin Joseph need to go. The second penalty wasn't on Kevin Joseph. It wasn't. It wasn't on him. He had blocked the inside. Turpin went by him, and he released him, and they still called the flag. So it is what it is with that. It is what it is. Let's see if they're back.
House and win tickets to a game.
So what we'll do is we'll listen to the station. And if you want access to the station, go to odyssey.com, 10/1053 The Fan, and you'll go there. Or click the link in my description box on my YouTube page, and you'll go there as well. It also, it did reveal that we need faster linebackers. We do. At the end of the day, we do. I don't want people to get lost in the sauce and say, well, hey, man, LVE played a solid game. It's not about all of that. You know you can get better at that. Jordan, you got players on this team that can help you out with that. The other thing would be Jordan Lewis. We need somebody to be a sure tackler in that spot. We do. Too many times I've seen Jordan Lewis sliding off, not making the play. And Anthony Brown on Brown, Anthony Brown versus A.J. Brown, just wasn't good for us. We do. We need to figure those things out and get the political arena out of here and just play the guys that we know, that we see with our eyes, tangibly. That's better.
$50 rebate.
Bland played better in the slot. Yeah. Parsons non-factor versus elite tackles. No, I didn't see that. I seen where Parsons got ate up at was in coverage, not necessarily off the edge. Parsons did his job. I think that what was the deciding factor of this game more so was the stupidity on the offensive side. The defense was left with a short area of the field, and that's what happened, right? It was a very winnable game. Yeah. Run defense hurt us. I think what they did was they spread us out. They spread us out and ran it right up the gut. Our guys were playing edge, so that fanned out, leaving the inside of the middle of the field wide open. Right? And then when we tried to stop that, they played the RPO game on us. They did. So they went in shotgun. They put the ball in the belly of the running back, and he was able to do that because of the principles of Jalen Hurts, the ability of him to run, right?
From the wide receivers, they were kind of dominated along the line of scrimmage, I thought. And so they played the way they played in their 4-game winning streak was not how they played tonight. I think the Eagles had mostly to do with that. But they did show a lot in coming back from 20 down. Not everybody's going to be able to do that on the road against a team like this, and the Christmas Eve game will be interesting. And now we'll really find out how much resilience they have, because that Detroit game now is really important.
Yeah, Brad, I know you might not be a betting man, but I'll be a betting man because I do like to bet. But the thing about it is, if you'd have told me this team would be 4-2 after Dak Prescott went down with that injury, I would have taken that bet all day long. I think it's incredible what Cooper Rush, the defense, has been able to do. This was a difficult game tonight. You were going to have to score, I think, a lot of points to win this one. And, it was going to be tough to win it, especially with the way that Philadelphia has been playing on offense and their defense.
Agree with Brian. I agree with you 100%. And in fact, I was thinking the very same thing when I was in the elevator going down to the bus. They're 4-2, and how many people thought they were going to be 4-2 on the evening of September 11th.
Right.
They don't have Prescott, and everybody thought, oh, well, they're going to, maybe they'll figure out a way to win a game, but they're really not in bad shape. They're not in a good position in the division because they're now a game behind the Giants because they've lost twice. The Giants have only lost once.
Yeah.
But that's for right now. And you're absolutely right. Perspective is really important, and it was going to be hard. You were going to have to play nearly perfectly, and their corners were better than your wide receivers. That's why they kept knocking balls down, and then you hurt yourself with a couple of penalties that maybe took some points away, and those are mistakes you cannot make in a game like this. But the perspective is the most important thing to me. It's week 6, and they are 4-2 without their starting quarterback. And now, if they beat Detroit, then they're going to be right back on track. And I don't like to get ahead of myself, as you well know, but if they beat Detroit and Chicago, which you would kind of expect them to do based on what we've seen over the last month, and you're 6-2 going to your bye with 2 road games, you're not in bad shape at all. This is not a good way to play. And if you play like this against other teams, some of them you might beat, decent ones you won't. So they just got to learn from it. They just got to play better and be ready to play these people when they see them again. But the perspective, I think, is really critical. They're 4-2.
Shout out to you, Floyd.
Brad, I saw a quote from Dak Prescott in the locker room when asked about possibly returning for that Lions game. He said, yeah, for sure, that's my plan. Anything you were able to gain from your visit in the locker room? Are you also getting the sense that next week Dak's probably back?
I actually didn't even ask about that. There was a big crowd around him, and I kind of just believe that. I mean, I think the way he's been throwing, the way he's been acting, I think that has been the way they've been pointing. We talked to Mike McCarthy about it before the game, asked him pretty pointedly, sitting there looking him in the eye, and he said, no, we're following the progression. And the progression was what it was for this week. Next week, whole different thing. So, the locker room was, as you can imagine, a little bit subdued. I only talked to 2 or 3 guys. Dak wasn't one of them, but
What happened, dog? You all right? Brad Sham. We lost Brad Sham.
I am stretched for the first down.
Here we go.
Poor Mark, or was it? That's something you automatically challenge right there at that point in time.
Got to challenge that.
Yeah, I did not get a chance to hear what McCarthy said about it, and I think you're making a great point. As you well know, he relies on upstairs.
He sure does.
And everybody who tweeted and texted and was looking at it on television, you're sitting on your sofa, all of you folks, and you're looking at 4 replays, and he's not doing that. He can't see that on the sideline. Someone upstairs has got to say, throw the flag.
Right.
If he does not, now they're in a hurry because they don't want that to happen.
Mm-hmm.
So if he does not get that go-ahead, then I think you have a really legitimate question to ask. Why not just go ahead and throw it? Use your gut and go ahead and throw it. And because if there's even a chance, for exactly the reason you said, Brian, exactly the reason you said, your team needs something right now. And it did appear that was going to be a first down. So that was, I think, actually a critical point in the game. My guess is, although I don't know if he'll say it, that if he had it to do over, he would have just thrown the red challenge flag. Sure. That's my guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that was a really important point in the game.
Brad, the line of scrimmage certainly a factor in this one, no question about it. When Lane Johnson left with a concussion, it seemed like that's where the momentum shifted, and Micah Parsons was able to take advantage of that. What did you notice in the battle of the trenches tonight?
Well, overall, I thought they won them. I thought they were better. The way they ran the ball, which is, to go back full circle, that's how they've played.
Right.
That's who they've been all year.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was not a surprise. I was a little surprised that they did it with what appeared to be relative ease against a Dallas defense that had kind of held its own at the line of scrimmage, if not been dominant. But that didn't surprise me. And I thought it looked to me like they were trying to use Parsons sometimes to spy Hurts, and not all the time. I mean, they had 4 sacks, for crying out loud. He didn't have one of them, but that doesn't matter. I thought they did some good things along the front, but I thought the Eagles did more and probably better things, and that's why they were able to dominate the line of scrimmage when they had the football. I thought that was one of the keys to the game.
Brad,
but it's not a surprise.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. You're the best, my friend. Safe travels home. Always enjoy getting to catch up with you.
All right, boys. Thanks. Talk to you next week.
Sounds good. There he goes, Brad Sham, the voice of your Cowboys, 26-17. Eagles get the victory. Brad, brought to you by Blockchain. You don't.
All right, man. The type of game it was for even Jalen Hurts. He was 15 for 25 for 155 yards, 6.2 yards average, 2 touchdowns, 4 sacks. He got sacked 4 times with a 104. Ladies and gentlemen, he had a Cooper Rush type of game. Let me repeat. That's what I wanted to say. The Eagles literally played like we wanted to play. Keep this man under anywhere between 24 to 25 attempts. He had 155 yards, 6.2 yards per average. Hey, he ran the ball when necessary, 9 carries for 27 yards. The threat of the run with him opened it up for other things. 18 carries for 71 yards. They rushed the ball for 39 times for 136 yards. Now, the Cowboys, I believe we had, 170-something? What we had? 134 too, yeah. But we kind of, and of course, I know we had to throw the ball to get back, but if we stuck to the philosophy, everything will work its way out. They didn't sack us one time. I thought they had a sack. They didn't even sack Cooper Rush. So he was, like I said, 18 for 38, 181 yards, 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions, 37 passer rating. So, I mean, down the stretch, they kept the quarterback upright, right? And the thing is, didn't matter 3 picks. Yeah, those 3 picks should have been avoided. I know for sure if the Cowboys stuck to the run philosophy, it wouldn't have granted the opportunity for the interception, if you guys understand what I'm saying. Run the ball. The great Bill Parcells always said, more things negative can happen to you when you throw the ball. Tip ball. A catch fumble. You know what I'm saying? Ball batted at the last minute, picked off, an interception. So if you run the ball, play the fields, then it would be a better situation for us. Yeah. But don't matter. I feel y'all. Some people don't want to logically look into this, and they want to say, hey, man, the Eagles 6-0. But logically speaking, the Cowboys, they veered off from their philosophy. And the team that stuck to the Cowboys' philosophy was the Eagles. Like I said, I'm going to repeat, 15 for 25, 155 yards, 6.2, 2 tubs, no INTs, right? No possibilities of turning the ball over. The turnover margin, right? And the one fumble that the Cowboys wished that they were able to jump on, the Eagles were able to get to that. So that's just how it goes from here, right?
I mean, it's they've been big for us all year, and hey, this is the most productive football team we've played to date, So I mean, we knew it was going to be a challenge, and we just got to take a hard look at some of the things. The biggest thing that we got to be much better at, and we eliminate these, the discipline penalties. We had way too many discipline penalties, throughout the whole game, especially in the fourth quarter. So that's where my focus is.
As you go forward, kind of chasing the Eagles, do you think there's value in getting the game from 20-0 to 20-17? the way you did?
Well, I think there's always value when someone cracks you in the jaw and you fight back and have a chance to win the game. Absolutely. I mean, that's what this league's all about. And frankly, you can't get to where we want to go without going through it. So what I liked about the sideline, there was great confidence at halftime. There was a lot of confidence, obviously, in the third quarter, and as we felt like we were flipping the game. So, we feel that games that go into the end of game sequences, just because of our commitment and the comfort and the confidence our guys have, we felt like that's been a strength, and it has been to this point. But our fourth quarter wasn't what it needed to be today.
You said Thursday we're going to try to fight.
Yeah, we're not. Excuse me. Yeah, because we're not going to practice Wednesday.
Okay, because of that.
We're doing a mock game just because we're coming out of here, getting back at 4 in the morning. Yeah, we're not going to have a full-blown practice on Wednesday.
So is the goal for him to play this week?
The goal for him is to be part of a normal week. So and if we get into tomorrow and the medical fully clear him, then we'll prepare next week to play Dak or Cooper.
Y'all better be in that study room
There's
on
Cowboys
Wednesday.
head coach Mike McCarthy after this loss to Philadelphia on Sunday night.
He said they ain't going to be practicing, but y'all better be in that study room talking about penalties. We had 10 penalties for 100 yards. Let me pull it up. I don't know if you guys can see, if I don't think it can go down that far. But the Cowboys penalty game, 10 penalties for 72 yards, and I think that they didn't accept one. So, 10 penalties for 72 yards. We need to win that battle right here. So if you ain't practicing Wednesday, y'all better be doing something about those penalty discipline.
Block in the back on CeeDee Lamb. Then you had the Fowler neutral zone infraction that gave the Eagles a first down, among others. So, I mean, certainly the penalties tonight were an issue, but what were some of your takeaways from what Coach McCarthy had to say there?
Yeah, he explained, Brad and I, we were all talking about the fourth down play, and he explained it as they were already up at the line, ready to run a play. And, still to me, that's, okay, if you're going to do that, one of the best that you have when it comes to just handing the ball off. I don't think there's been a 3rd and 1 this year, or 4th and 1, whatever, or at least I know a 3rd and 1, where if you hand the ball to Ezekiel Elliott, it's like a first down every single time. So, okay, run the ball there in that. To me, that was just a gamble throwing the ball. You needed some momentum. You needed to keep the drive going.
Yep.
Cooper Rush has made some decent throws, and on the 4th down plays, he's made some decent throws. I go back to the one, the Noah Brown very early in the season against Cincinnati. That was a inside cut route and stuff, and you're like, okay, but you needed a first down there, and but it's his job. As they're to the line, somebody's got to say, it's a first, coach. It's a first. Challenge it.
Exactly.
Somebody
right?
has got to be. I mean,
somebody.
And
don't you also have somebody that's designated? Like that's their role upstairs. That's their job to do that.
I don't know how I could sit here in a studio in Dallas, Texas, and watch the game live.
Yeah.
Right.
And go, he's got that.
But they rushed that
and you
play,
watch
though.
the official come in, and I'm like, she's got a first, and then she looks across the field, and the other side is coming,
and they're spotting
short.
it half a yard short,
and so she gets influenced by what's going on there, and I'm going, you can't. But yeah, that to me is about, okay, if it's just hand the ball to Zeke, get the first, and then no harm, no foul.
And I do want to give Kellen Moore some credit. We are very critical of him at times, and I thought in the second half specifically they showed some really good adjustments because the offensive flow in the second half, they certainly I thought he called a pretty solid game. But and you talk about this a lot when it comes to some of the analytics and going forward on 4th down when we talk about Brandon Staley and the Chargers. But you have to think about game flow and what's happening in this specific game.
Yeah.
And Cooper Rush tonight, you could tell the accuracy, he just was off in the first half.
Yeah.
And it just that 4th down, if you did want to rush that play and you felt like, hey, our best chance to go and get that, it wasn't going to be in the hands of Cooper Rush there and throwing the football.
No, that's the thing about it. I just go get the first down, and you kind of saw Cooper Rush settle down a little bit. But you got to help him along the way. And, maybe they were really comfortable with the way that Cooper Rush was playing all year, since he's been. Because, in that game,
Play the field, though.
I'm thinking, man, take things out of his hands until things get going.
Yep.
But, Mike said, hey, his team was at the line. He, I don't know hindsight will say that's a bad play call. But, yeah, especially when you got a guy like Ezekiel Elliott that has been converting 3rd and 1s. I don't think he's been stopped yet.
Well, and he maybe had his best game of the year tonight.
Yeah. He's always going to run hard against these guys. Get the first down and then rally from there.
We had Amari Cooper.
Kind of, and we talk about game management. And I think that got away from him a little bit right there.
Shout out to Ezekiel Elliott. He has surpassed 10,000 career scrimmage yards, joining Emmitt Smith and Tony Dorsett as the only 3 running backs in franchise history.
There you go.
With 10,000 scrimmage yards, as Zeke had 81 yards and a touchdown tonight for the Cowboys. His long run came on 14 yards, but he certainly ran hard tonight. And he looked good, but I'm with you.
It's funny that, the appearances that the Eagles clearly won the line of scrimmage, but if you look at rushing yards, it was Dallas.
They did in the first half.
Yeah.
But the Cowboys seemed like the offensive line got to go in the second half.
But yeah, it was 136 yards.
Shot
the
away
Eagles,
from
134 yards, on 13 less carries, too, that Dallas was able to do that with. And so, it feels like it was that one drive where it feels like that the Eagles ran the football to me. Yeah. It was that one. Yeah. That
11 straight plays.
11 straight plays.
Yeah.
That's where it felt like the Eagles ran the ball on you. That was the time I was kind of like, okay, well, that's a dagger right there. Because I just didn't feel like that Cooper Rush. I just didn't feel like they were moving very quickly.
Yeah.
Their drives were
the pace.
long.
Yeah, right. The pace wasn't there. They didn't have the big plays.
Yeah.
He's Brian Broaddus. I'm Zach Wolchuk. More of your calls and texts. Plus, we will hear from Cooper Rush. You're listening to the Dallas Cowboys Radio Network.
All right, so this is how it works, Cowboy Nation. As everything goes through its process, understand that people are explaining the game, not complaining about the game. So I think it's low IQ when people say stop with the excuses. I think that if you put stop with the excuses, you got a low IQ at this point. People are literally explaining the game, not complaining about the game. So that's just the reality of it. The first half, the Cowboys didn't do those things, right? It would be a different situation and scenario if they never could do it and they was trying to do it, right? So those are the situations there. So I think it's low IQ when people say, stop with the excuses, stop with the excuses. Well, we are explaining the game, not complaining about the game. That's how this process go. If not, then I would be doing a 1-minute show talking about blah, 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 and then it would be over with. But no, we are explaining the game. Yeah, see, I knew somebody was going to back me up. Low IQ for sure. Shout out to you, Sergio. Appreciate you, because people said stop with the excuses. No, the game plan should have been run the ball. The game plan should have been understanding to settle your backup quarterback in this game. That's analyzing. It's not saying excuses, stop making excuses. No. The game plan for the Eagles, if you look back at the box score, Jalen Hurts was 15 for 25 for 155 yards, 2 touchdowns. That is what we call a Cooper Rush type of game, right? Keep it simple. Keep everything neat for the quarterback. And hit your targets when necessary. Run the ball. They got behind Sanders. They ran the ball when it was necessary with Jalen Hurts. They hit their target with A.J. Brown. They utilized Devontae Smith. We did just that with Dallas Goedert. He only allowed 2 receptions for 22 yards. So when we look at everything and contextualize it, this goes back to the Cowboys. They didn't beat us with gaudy numbers. How were they able to get multiple scores? Because they played with a short field. If the Cowboys played the field, then it would have been a whole different outcome. You see how this thing works? It's basic football 101, right? 17 unanswered points. Yeah. Here's what happened. Not complaining, just explaining the situation. The Cowboys rushed Cooper Rush, but rush the philosophy in the first quarter and the second quarter. The Cowboys refuse to challenge that third and short play. Went for it. went for it on 4th down, knowing that you see CeeDee Lamb stretch the ball out. Look, if I'm seeing it from our studio in Dallas, I'm quite sure, like what Brian Broder said, these guys are making billions of dollars. They should have had someone in the headset or explaining, hey, you might want to put the red flag on the field for that, right? But that's just the reality of it. Low IQ people would say, hey, man, they complaining.
University of North Texas.
These guys are making excuses. No, the Eagles won the game. They're 6-0 at this point. Would they want a cookie? But you can look at that. You can look at that for sure and say to yourself, the Cowboys needed to make these type of movements. Yeah, Dalton need to go. They got the tight ends there. Yeah, Texas. Texas boy, appreciate you. Dallas is built to run the ball. I agree. Run the ball. Killing us softly. Kellen Moore need to go. This is 24-7 Cowboy. I feel you, fam. I feel you. Should have, could have. Lost, fly, Eagles fly. Appreciate you. Shout out to you, man. Can't wait to have 4 back. I feel you. Ferguson balled out today, man. Shout out to him, man. They can't trade Dalton Schultz. He's on a franchise tag, right? And he's already, paid for the year. Now they can refuse not to re-sign him next season or bring him back for a real cheap one, But at this time, I think that Ferguson and Hendershot, shoot, them boys ought to
was a huge play brought to you by the Salvation Army Love Beyond, as Fowler's sack on that gave the Cowboys the opportunity to then drive down the field and set up the Ferguson play that he ended up scoring on a big touchdown. As it seemed like the Cowboys were clawing back into this one, and then as we've talked about, the Eagles ended up having that back-breaking drive that also had that 11 straight runs involved in it. But I believe that was it was a 13-play, 75-yard drive. They also had that 15-play drive in the first half, Brian. Those were really the two drives that you can say, okay, the defense has just been so good all this year. Otherwise, they were put on some short fields, but those were the two that you can really kind of nitpick on them and say, guys, you needed to be better there.
I'll tell you what, too, and they just showed a replay when we coming back from break. They just showed the replay of the Brandon Graham, and if, the Cowboys have been doing a really good job when it came to balls that were going down the field, that they, would max protect those things, and man, I felt like, man, that was the right play call. They just didn't block it up well enough, or CeeDee Lamb would have had a touchdown right there if Cooper Rush would have been able to throw the ball or get something on it, which could have been a huge play. So, some of those plays that they've worked where the ball's gone down the field, like I say, max protect, it's worked out. And that
coconut
particular
water,
time,
baby.
they just kind of broke down on that side and on that left side, and it cost them a little bit.
877-881-1053. Always want to hear from you. 26-17, Eagles over the Cowboys. I'm Zach Wolchuk. He is the Super Bowl winning scout, Brian Broaddus. Let's head back out to the phones. Let's go to line 5. We got Greg calling from Broad. Greg, you're on the Dallas Cowboys postgame show.
Hey, Brian, man. Just a cool question. I know we thought that we changed our play calling with Cooper Rush coming in. Do you think we change it now with Dak coming back in next week possibly? Is that going to be something we do now?
Ask your question again. I'm sorry I didn't hear the first part of it.
I was saying with Cooper Rush, we thought we went to more of a running game.
Yes.
Because he came back in. Do you think we're going to go back more with that with Dak coming back? With our third and longs or our third and shorts, we're going to go back with him throwing the ball now?
No, you know what? I think that, to me, this is the one thing that Dak Prescott was talking about, that he was watching Cooper Rush and these play calls and stuff and how the game could be more simplistic. I think the fact that you're running the ball, I think, is a good sign. I really, really do. And I think Dak will help Dak even more on the play action stuff and things like that. And I think you'll see the ball go down the field more. But I don't think, to me, I'm always curious now with the way that this game has been called, were Dak Prescott checking out of runs. And I don't know that.
Yeah,
right.
That's
I
tough for us to really assess.
I mean, yes, if I was really good friends with Kellen Moore, somebody like Babe Laughlin-Berg or Troy Aikman or one of those guys.
We should ask that to Babe.
Tony Romo, somebody like that would know Kellen Moore. I mean, I'd like to know how many run plays that Dak checks out of. Because maybe it's a situation where Cooper Rush is like going, okay, I'm cool here, man. We'll just run the ball and see what we get and be fine. I think though that I'm looking forward to seeing though the running game the way it is, and then see if you can marry it to what Dak and Dak throwing the football. Dak needs to, he needs to throw the ball a lot better than he did against Tampa. Maybe that was his clunker game, and we'll see how practice goes and how he's throwing the ball in practice this week. But I think the offense is going to be like it is now.
Shout out to you, OG.
We'll see if Dak can kind of pick up and take advantage of some of the routes that they missed on tonight.
Yeah, and I asked that to Stephen Jones when we had him on our weekly show, the G-Bag Nation on the flagship. And Stephen said he did want to see the same formula. He didn't really want to see that change in terms of the run-heavy approach and kind of how this thing's been built with the defense and, running the football and making sure you're protecting the ball, even with Dak coming back. So, I do think that this is proven, and it was a winning formula with Dak his rookie year, and we've seen it work, even prior to that, in 2016 with Tony Romo as well. So, you can win this is a winning formula no matter who your quarterback is. Dak Prescott can just hopefully help open up this offense a little bit more with the passing game. And you talked about, the big plays.
Formula.
That's been lacking.
Yeah.
And the hope is with number 4 back under center or in the shotgun, which they will probably go to a little bit more often with him back in the offense, you're able to get more of those big plays, and he's able to extend the plays with his legs.
I play him under center though too. Unless
the play action, they do not lose that play action game.
Until somebody tells me that they don't want Dak turning his back to the defense. If somebody's telling me, hey, we have to play in the shotgun because Dak having to get his eyes back around to find people in the second. I haven't been told that. But if you can play under center, you saw how the play action opens up. That's some of the success that Cooper Rush was able to have in the 4-game winning streak.
No question.
Was off the play action from underneath center because the threat was there to run the football. Threat better under center than when you run out of the shot or try and run out of the shotgun.
Well, and I know that some people get a little bit frustrated with the Dink and Dak offense, but I'll tell you,
back to that.
You saw how effective maybe some of these young tight ends can be with Jake Ferguson tonight, Peyton Hendershot tonight. And, Dalton Schultz was out, and he's dealing with that injury, and maybe he continues to be out as he works back healthy. But you've got some athletic young tight ends that Dak will be able to utilize at his disposal as well with these bootlegs. And I think Kellen Moore, with that play action, can have some fun with that.
Sure can.
No question. 877-881-1005.
All right, so what we going to do now, man, let's turn on the phone lines, man. All right, so we can squeeze out enough of that information from them. So let's turn on the phone lines.
Call my phone, hit my line. Only ones who down
phone number is in the back. 657. Y'all see it down there below. One of the mods. There we go, Chalk Talk. 390-7391.
Mobbing with my brothers, there's no question, keep it real. Whether we East Coastin' or we in the Haven Hills. In the poppin' straps of blue faces, not the pills. Heard you callin' bluffs, I show and prove, yeah, it's for real.
There are 11 participants in the conference. All participants are muted. Please announce yourself.
Love to the nation, baby.
The inside caramel just like 100 grand. Call my phone, hit my line. Only ones who down for real, down for life. Keep it super thug my way on this side. Keep it
there we go. It's pinned to the top of my page. Let's go.
Call my phone, hit my line. Only ones who down for real, down for life. Keep it super thug.
Got Uncle Charles, you're live. You're live.
Let me just say this, ladies and gentlemen. Damn, damn, damn. That's all I can say. Tonight, we learned a valuable lesson. That Cooper Rush can only do what Cooper Rush does.
Right, what's that?
He's a backup quarterback. I commend Cooper Rush for keeping this team afloat. He did a decent job. But mind you this, Dak, you are a $40 million man.
Uh-huh.
And people going to expect $40 million to play. So don't come back and change the game or change the narrative. Run the ball, play good defense. Because if we change now, we're going to miss again.
Uh-huh.
And that's all I got to say because it's late. And the goddamn it, it's about time for me to go to damn bed. No, I might kiss the wolf man tonight. But anyway, goddamn it. Go Cowboys, go. We should not be sad about tonight. We was close. We started off slow. But the Eagles, we will see you again.
Yeah.
And we'll see you first place in home field advantage. And that's all I got to say.
No doubt. Yes, indeed. That's Uncle Charles, baby. Yes, good call from him, man. And that's Bobby Rush. Y'all see Bobby Rush? Yeah, the last living Jerry Curl is on the screen, man. Bobby Rush. All right, man, we got the 402, man. You live.
Hey, y'all hear that?
Yeah, you live.
Yeah. All right, so check it out. Ain't nobody calling me, texting me, paging me, asking me, are you still them boys? You know what I'm saying, Law? I said that's Michael Irvin. He said he wanted to pick the Eagles, but you know what it is?
Uh-huh.
Ain't nobody calling me, texting me, paging me, asking me, are you still them boys? 'Cause we still them boys, Law.
We still them boys. That's my guy Larry Holmes,
So,
man. He was singing them songs,
still
man.
them
Yeah.
boys. Now you
Yeah.
go ahead and honk that horn, but we coming back, and them Lions gonna know what number 11 look like. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Because that's that real Lions. And am I wrong?
No.
No, go ahead.
Yeah,
Let
no,
'em know.
man. You
'Cause
right.
Jared Goff ain't got that. Derek Swift ain't got that. Ain't none of them got that, boy. TJ Hawkinson about to get shut down by Jaron Curse, baby. We got that. And you know what it is? Hot take? That boy Diggs gonna take that shit to the house. Oh, I'm sorry, I've been cussing on your air. Now I gotta go off.
You good, man.
Okay.
I appreciate
No,
you,
I
man.
appreciate it,
Come
though.
on, baby.
I appreciate it.
Thank you for calling
coming
in,
down,
fam.
and I love y'all. Hey, Law Nation, all good. Cowboys, hey baby, we still good. We still them boys. All right, we still them boys.
We still them
Peace, y'all.
boys, baby. All right, man. Look, that's a good call for him. Cam, you live from the 205.
Cam, Teddy, what's that? Man,
baby.
man. Law, I ain't mad, man. I ain't mad. Law, the reason why I ain't mad because just like Uncle Charlie said, Cooper Rush can only do so much. Like I said, I feel like they put a whole lot on his plate tonight with all that throwing. That's not him. That and that's not our offense when he plays. Now, I do like the way we did the running game. I felt like Zeke could have ran more. Zeke had 80-some yards. Today, I think Pollard had like 40-something. But, you know, all in all, you know, Parsons struggled. But, man, we don't need to hang our head for nothing.
No.
For nothing.
No, hold that
For
head
nothing.
up. Yes,
because at the end of the day, a backup ain't going to get it done like a starter will. Now, when that, like Uncle Charlie said, and we was talking about this in the chat before you muted us, like he said, Dak, and like we said, Dak has to come back and play ball. Don't come back, and like you said, don't chase the game. You been leave for 7 years, let the game come to you, Dak. Let the game come to you. You feel me? You back in. All the fans wanted this for a minute. We all knew that when Cooper Rush lose, that was going to be back. So
and what we need to do too, man, is stop putting Cooper trash or Cooper Rush. Man, elevate that man, lift that man, man. He did an unbelievable task, man. Look, those are the Cowboy fans I can't stand. You know, that goes out here and call that man out of his name. And what y'all expect that dude to do? You know what I'm saying?
Let me ask you a question. Was he trash when he went undefeated in the games that he won for us? Was he trash then? No, he wasn't trash. So he ain't trash now.
No. So they need to stop doing that, man. Cowboy fans, y'all got to be better. Yeah, you're right, man. They can't be calling that man. If they wasn't calling him trash after week 2, week 3, week 4, come on, man. Don't call that man trash tonight.
What you calling him trash now?
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, he did what was asked of him. We wasn't asking much of him. The only thing we asked was Cooper Rush. You just managed the game your way, and the defense handled the rest. You
Right,
feel me?
right.
But before
And
my time up, Law, I want to say, how about them Cowboys? I want to say DC for life. Law Nation, we in this thing, and everybody go cash out Law so y'all can win some of them prizes that Law be having for y'all, man.
I appreciate that,
Yeah,
man.
let's do
Thank
this
you.
thing.
Thank you for that, man. Hey, just for perspectives, man, every game that Cooper Rush won, even dating back to the Minnesota Vikings game, the opponent, the opposition was held under 17 points or under 20 points. So I just don't want you guys to just, on one end, listen to the four-letter network and believe what they say and disregard what I said. And now when the reality hits, now y'all want to believe what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, earlier, or dismiss what the four-letter network said, right? When I was going through week 2, week 3, week 4, and I was telling y'all the philosophy should be run the ball, minimize it, keep them anywhere between 24 to 25 attempts max of throwing the ball, and play sound defense, play the field, because I don't want to hear y'all talk about, hey, Law, you know, the only reason why they threw the ball that many times is because we were down. No, play the field. Play the field. Punt the ball. Let your defense get a chance to rally back, right? Force the Eagles to drive 90 yards or force the Eagles to drive 80 yards. Minimize your penalties. And there was a W in there. But what happened is that y'all was so ready to get rid of Dak Prescott because y'all was jealous because the man got $40 million or whatever it was, right? Not like it's coming out of your pockets, right? You were so pissed off and angry and upset about the 49ers loss. You were so angry and upset about the week 1 loss that now you look back at this and you wanted to throw Dak Prescott out and call him trash, and you was ready to anoint Cooper Rush when I told you guys that the philosophy and the formula is run the ball, play sound defense, play the field. But now when you took that away, now you want to call the beloved Cooper Rush trash. That's not fair. That's not fair for Cooper Rush. That's not fair. It's definitely not fair. I got Coach AJ in the house.
What up, Mr. Law?
Talk to me, man. Talk to me.
It was pretty, you know what? I'm not even sweating the loss. You lose with your second-string quarterback, and we made crucial mistakes.
Big time.
And not just him. I mean, you don't get on the ball at the 39-yard line. First of all, you should have took your time and called the timeout and made them review whether you had a first down.
Right.
That was the camel that broke the back. And then, you know, in the second half, a little bit of floodgate, which always happens. We got dumb penalties. We kept their drive alive. Almost out Randy Gregory is out there. You know, Dante Fowler did this time, jumping outside.
Yeah, he did.
But I was really impressed with the way Zeke ran the ball. He ran hard as hell tonight.
He did, Coach.
So we should have gave him 20 carries instead of 13. Like you said, if we throw the ball 40 times, 38 times, you're not going to win very many.
Not going to win very many.
No, not when you have
in a game where the game plan, if you can go back and look at everything, it was designed for. They literally designed him to throw the ball for that many times. And want to know how I know? The first drive. They end around and then they throw. You know, just terrible.
Yep. And then there were some good things because look, you figured out Jake and Peyton Hendershot. Them dudes got game. Both of them. I mean, you ain't gonna pay what's his name $15 million next year. He gonna have to go on.
Yeah.
But some 2 young guys are coming. They hungry.
Yeah.
It also says that maybe you're gonna have to bring Clark up a little bit, or either the Harper kid, because Ball only had 2 tackles tonight.
Yeah.
And they running straight at him tonight.
Yeah.
Between him and the LV, they were getting 8 for lunch. You're going to have to move some of them young cats up and let them be hungry.
Got to play the youth.
Yeah, because Christian Hill didn't look too good either.
Yeah, Tristan Hill. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, he didn't.
Yeah, I mean, so at the end of the game, he was trying to fight somebody, but during the game, he was on skates.
Yeah, you're right. You're right with that, Coach.
You know, I really ain't worried about the loss.
No.
You take that and you learn from it. Learn that we should have ran the ball more. You can't let a backup throw for 38 times, especially when the game is in hand. You had a chance to win it.
Yep.
And then on defense, we couldn't stop them at the end.
At the end, tired out.
They made some adjustments way better than we did because they motioned Micah's side and caught him in no man land.
No
Did
doubt.
he go with A.J. Green or do we rush the passer? And we had nobody in the flat.
No one.
And then
Bandit.
Mr. Brown turned into what he always do, dive at the ground.
Brown
J.
diving
Lewis.
at the ground. I think
Yeah.
that Brown, look, in tackling out in field today, I think that my guy Donovan Wilson, he didn't have his best performance.
No, not
but
at
I'm
all.
not going to crucify him as much as the others. Jordan Lewis, I just hope that the Cowboys look back at this tape and say, you know what? That Dayron Bland is a better tackler out in space, man.
Yeah, it's time to move on 3 guys. We got to stop. We got to step up and put those young linebackers in, and we got to step up with Blaine and give him some action over Lewis.
We do.
Especially this next 2 games, man. Get these guys, these young cats that are hungry, give them some snaps.
Mm-hmm.
Christian Hill, it's time for him to go to the practice squad and for him to get hungry.
No doubt, Coach. I appreciate you for calling in.
Later, man. Have a good one.
You as well. You know, that's Coach, man, Coach AJ. All right, we're going to speed through, man. We got over 35 people in here, man, and I want to get to all of y'all. So just be mindful when I pick your name. Just go ahead and have your points out. Let's have it on the table. Let's get this therapy session out the way. There won't be a Victory Monday conversation tomorrow, but there will be a hard conversation for everyone tomorrow, and I want to get to all of y'all, okay? So let's be respectful of everyone's time. So I got the 804, you live.
Hey, Mr. Law.
What's
this
good
is the
with
infamous Damn Entertainment that's been supporting your show.
Man, I appreciate
First of all, could you do me a favor?
Mm-hmm.
Sound the alarm for what I'm about to say.
I got you, man. Sure,
right.
You keeping the lights on in the studio, man. I appreciate you, bro.
So,
Damn
Cowboy
Entertainment.
Nation and also Law Nation, I want y'all to hear me out. Don't panic. Don't panic. I've been putting that every time. Don't panic. Y'all talking about Rush, he had 2 picks, but guess what? He had 2 touchdowns. Second of all, we got the running game going. Furthermore, this is a game where we can just use it as a lesson. They have to come to Dallas. And if we know how the Eagles are, that train is going to start running off the rails. But just like Unc was saying earlier, because I was actually talking to him a little bit before you muted us.
Okay.
I want them to be at their best when they come to Dallas. And I need everybody in the Fort Worth area to not let no Eagles fans sell out their arena. Y'all need to be up in there loud and proud and let them know that you in Dallas and let them know that the Cowboys up in this thing and we're going to take that NFC East. So don't worry about this loss. We going to be all right. Look at our schedule. We going to be all right. And that's all I want to say, Law, and I'm going to keep supporting the show, so watch out for Damn Entertainment. I got you, bro.
I appreciate
I'm gonna keep
you,
the lights
man.
on.
Yeah, keep them lights on for the studio. Keep the lady happy over here, man. Appreciate you, man. Yes, indeed. Boy, why you always in that room doing that work? And then she say, okay, yeah, get back in that room and do some more work then. Yeah, I appreciate you. Brought to you from Damn Entertainment, man. I really appreciate him so much. All right, for the 409, you're live.
Hey, Law, it's your friendly Eagles fan in Southeast Texas down here. I just wanted to call in.
Talk to me,
let
Eagle
y'all
fan.
know, what a game, man. That's how it's supposed to be between the Eagles and the Cowboys, man. That's how it's supposed to be. Look, man, everything's gonna be all right. Y'all got a fantastic team. I think we got a good team. Man, when y'all made that drive, I think it was either 15 or 17 plays down to get it to 20-17.
Yeah.
I thought we was in trouble, but then my boy Hurts showed a little moxie and put together a little 15-play drive himself to answer back. My question, I'm going to make it real short, besides saying I think it's going to be 3 teams in this division in the playoffs, man. I don't think anybody in the NFC North is going to make a wild card or the NFC South. I think we got us, y'all, and the Giants coming out of this division, and we definitely going to see each other probably a couple more times. But, man, I just wanted to say that, and I wanted to ask you, Law, I know you don't care about Hurts' game, but put yourself, if Hurts was a Cowboy, would you pay the man?
Oh, wait. And I hear echo. You might have to turn me down on one of your devices.
All right.
There.
All right, I'm gonna get off and let you answer, Law.
Okay, no doubt. All right. So the Eagles are in a pickle. Hurts right now is on pace. Now, Eagles, we lived through this moment, right? And they're going to dissect you guys making fly under the radar. This dude, I don't think that he's really an Eagles guy because he's so poised. I never talked to an Eagles guy with that level of intelligence and intellect that can go back and forth without spewing crazy nonsense. That is a true Eagles guy. But I'm going to tell you guys with this, with Jalen Hurts, you got to look at the landscape. He's right now outperforming anything because he beat head-to-head matchup against this dude named Kyler Murray, right? And right now he's playing a whole and a hell of a lot better than Lamar. And whatever Lamar is asking for, it's just going to raise the price. The best thing that the Eagles can do at this point is go ahead and pay this man. But for right now, the bar is already set. The money is already north of what anything Josh Allen is getting. So you're looking at anywhere between a $48 to a $52 million APY quarterback just off of him winning those games, 6-0 right now. And if you want to see Eagles, y'all banging on the table talking about, hey, man, he's MVP. He's MVP. Well, now when it's time to pay the MVP, you're going to have to reach way down in that pocket, in that wallet to pay him. So that's going to be a situation for them. And some of the things that you are glad and happy about, you're going to lose some of it. Yeah, you're going to lose some of it. So it is what it is. Shout out to him for calling in. I really appreciate knowledgeable Eagles guys that call in for real, for real. From the 512, you're live.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah, you're live. Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, so listen, man, much respect to everybody who's talking about, this is, don't worry about this game. It's not that big of a deal. I think a little bit differently. I think it's a missed opportunity. Cooper Rush. Hey, first of all, shout out to Cooper Rush, man. 4-1. It's much better than anybody expected him to do. I love what you said about lifting that man up because you never know, man. We may need him again.
They need him again.
We might need him again before this is. I mean, we're early in the season right now.
Yep.
Right.
It's not even cold outside yet.
Really good right now. The Giants are looking good.
Yeah.
Eagles are looking good. This is gonna be a hard fought division, and we missed an opportunity today because the defense played good enough to win the game, but the turnovers hurt us, the short fields hurt us, and I feel like the turning point was two plays. One was the decision to go for it on that fourth down. You guys talked about that. You gotta. I mean, we have a really good punter, right?
Play the field, baby. Yeah.
Kick the ball, man.
Yeah.
Play the field position. If you look at the second half, Hurts, he didn't really move the ball a lot. He had the ball one time in the third quarter, right? When he got his opportunity, he did move on it. That's the thing that hurt us was we couldn't stop the run on that one drive, man. I wish we could. The defense played enough to win, but we got to get a little bit better at stopping the run. I mean, we knew they were going to run, and we still couldn't stop them.
Yep.
But we can work on that. We can get better.
But like the Eagle caller said, they had that great drive from Jalen Hurts on that touchdown drive, and that what really sealed it. By him going out.
Hurts had 155 today.
Yeah.
Something like he didn't throw for a lot of yards. He threw a couple touchdowns, but they were close to the goal line. I feel like if Dak is in there, he's going to allow some more opportunities. There was a couple plays where Cooper Rush I saw where he could have stepped up into the pocket, went lateral, made some plays. There was a lot of improvising with Cooper, right? He just kind of does what we ask him to do without doing anything different, right? So that's what we're missing with Dak. When Dak is back in the game, there's going to be a little bit more, improvisation whenever the plays break down. He can make plays with his feet. He can run the ball. Offensive line played great today. Cooper Rush did not get sacked one time.
Yeah, he didn't get sacked. He had pressure, bust pipes. It forces the interception there on a few throws.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. How Jalen Hurts won today, the Cowboys, when Dak Prescott get back, they can't be afraid to win games like that as well. Like, nobody's talking about the 155 yards that he threw. They're only looking at the touchdowns and saying, hey, that's a W, the 6-0, right? He's still in race of being MVP. Stop the Cowboys media or whoever, they need to stop ragging on, did the quarterback throw for 300 yards? Did he throw for 300 yards, right?
My last point is one of the keys why we couldn't pull it out today is because we really didn't commit more to the run game, right? 26 times. How many carries did the Eagles have today? They run like 30 plus times, right?
39 times.
And I've been saying this for a couple of years now. I love Zeke to death, but we just got to get Pollard more touches. I think there's some stat that says whenever he touches the ball 15 or more times, we're undefeated.
Yep.
I think he got 11 today. And one thing that I've noticed, I know you look at a lot of tape. Go back and look at the tape. I've noticed that whenever Pollard comes in and breaks for a long touchdown or has a good series, whenever they put Z back in, he's running like a little bit harder. It's like he feels that like Pollard's balling, he needs a ball too. And the same thing today, when they came in the second half, they sort of said, okay, we're gonna roll Pollard early in the second half.
Yeah.
And then he got him down right before Zeke's touchdown, right? He got him down there. And then Zeke comes in and starts running really hard and gets that touchdown. So I love both of those guys. I think they got to have both of them on the field more often. Between both of them, we got to get at least 30 carries, especially if the backup's playing, right? With Dak,
no
it's
doubt.
a bit different. But even when Dak comes back, we got to commit to the run game, and I think we're going to be okay. But thanks for having me, man. I appreciate it. Go Cowboys.
No doubt, man. Thank you for your points, man. Everybody pump the brakes. Let's sound the alarm for damn entertainment. I mean, simple. Don't panic. We going to be all right. Don't worry about a thing, because every little thing going to be all right. Hey, man, I appreciate you for keeping the lights on and everything else, the sound equipment. The gas money, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. Damn entertainment, hey, we going into a fight over here, baby. And then, hey, it's contagious. It's contagious. Orlando Brown. Are you the actor Orlando Brown? I appreciate you, Orlando, man. We'll be all right. Cowboy Nation, we're 4-2 without Dak. It's only up from here. We be peaking at the right time, like Law said, baby. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Am I losing my voice a little bit? I think I am. That's how excited I am, even in the midst of our loss, man. DMV, George, you're live, baby.
Yo, what's up, Law? What's up, Law?
Nothing to it, man. Chief, talk to me, man.
I'm not too down on this loss. I see the potential in the team. I know what we got. I feel like we're not going to feel this disappointment for a while going forward. I feel like this is going to be like the start of something new. When Dak gets back, we get a good, easy start with the Lions. They're not a slouch, but a good start. And I feel like going forward, I like how our schedule shapes up because it's beyond today, and we're going to see the Eagles again. Hopefully for the division, but I like how our schedule shapes up perfectly right now. We can catch our new stride with our starting quarterback, and hopefully build on the next few weeks over the bye.
Yes, indeed, man. Just build up, man. We just need to stack wins on top of wins now. We back at 0. We 4-2. We above 500. We just need to stay to our philosophy and just continue to stack things together. I think that the defense is a defense that can rally, chase, and get to the quarterbacks. But we need that extra push, man, and that's if we can score, man. It just make the opposition even worse. It make them worse. It's the type of impact that we can bring to the table if we can do those things.
on the schematic side of things, I think like Micah Parsons should have been moved off the line way earlier in the game. I feel like they started targeting him. Like I seen it was his run. It's 2 plays back to back in the second quarter. They ran like the little power run to Micah's side. Micah flipped sides. They flipped the whole play to his side. So they're targeting him and pulling guards his way and just blowing him out the hole because he's not a defensive end at the end of the day.
No doubt.
And I feel like Dan Quinn really needs to make that adjustment earlier. We got ran off the field. I felt like, even though the stats don't reflect that, but you could tell we got ran off the field pretty much. That's what really made the difference in this game.
Yep, no doubt, man. I appreciate you, fam. Thank you for calling in, DMV.
No problem.
Good call from him. All right, we rolling, baby. We rolling, baby. We rolling. We rolling. From the 706, you in the mix.
What's going on, Law?
Nothing to it, Chief. Talk to me, man.
We need some linebackers that gonna fill the hole. I mean, 3 tackles ain't enough. I mean, Hooker had 10 tackles tonight, and the Eagles ain't just run all over us, but they kept running up the gut. Like, Law, I play Madden a lot.
Okay.
And one thing you do on Madden is when you want to run the ball, you spread the field out, and you run out the shotgun. Yeah. They ran a Madden outfit on us tonight, man. I'm telling you.
They did.
They ran a little video game offense on us and was throwing to the backs and stuff. I wanted to see more man on the field, more linebackers, and less safeties. That 3 safety look versus Philly, it played right into their hands.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I don't know. We missed the boat on the Jones boy from Philly. No, from Atlanta. He down in Cleveland for a 5th round pick. We could have had Jones.
What Jones that is? Cleveland.
The middle linebacker.
Jones. Cleveland Browns?
No, from Atlanta. Cleveland got him from Deion Jones.
Oh, Deion Jones. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey man, all
pro linebackers.
Dog, we playing political football out there, man. I know they people watch the channel, but when we see Harper, we see my guy Cox, we know those guys got speed, but it's political, man. And I know what Bland brings to the table. It's not tape that you can find of what Jordan Lewis does better than Bland. It's not tape out there on a high level. I was told if you're young, if you're playing at the same skill set, go with the youth. At some point, the Cowboys need to see, and I'm not dogging even Anthony Brown, but at some point, Kevin Joseph was a 2nd round draft pick. You got to figure out a way to get that man on the field as well. He's a 4-2 guy.
That's
and
right.
He can hit. Yep.
Well, yeah. But I ain't, I'm happy. We 4-2.
We 4-2.
And we getting that back. I was pretty sure what Cooper Rush did. I'm a Cooper Rush fan, but we can get that back, get us about 30 points a game, and roll with this defense. But I want to see the defense not get pounded up the gut like that. D-Law had 6 tackles.
Mm-hmm.
That was the second best tackles on the team. When I see my safety, that's sitting high at the top, with 10 tackles, that's a bad sign because that means ain't nobody else tackling, and he the last line of defense. He shouldn't have the most tackles on the team.
No doubt, man. Shouldn't even been close, man. I appreciate you for calling in, fam.
All right, bro.
It's a good call from him, man. How about them Cowboys? I know he was about to say I cut them off. But, yeah, Hooker had 12 tackles, baby. 12. 10 solos, man. Where they do that at, man? 12 tackles, 10 solos. Oh, my gosh, man. 214, you live.
God damn, Law, you hear me?
Yeah, man, you live, baby.
Law, man, look, check this out. 12 fucking tackles?
12, baby. 10 solos, man.
I don't need to be getting all dirty like this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what they pay y'all for, fam. What y'all doing? Just like I said, Law, the X factor is going to be Cannon Moore. Okay, Law?
Uh-huh.
It ain't got nothing to do with our players. I've been watching the Cowboys since I was a little me. I'm Dallas Pixie. You know me, Lord. All the way through. You hear me?
Hold on. Before you make another point, on the flip side, you see the Eagles. Their leading tackles, T.J. Edwards. Can you tell me what his position is? I already know, but I want the people in the chat. And their second leading tackle was Kazir Wright. Y'all can tell me what they do. Put it down in the chat. But those guys, those are your hit guys. But go ahead.
Okay, and that's what they supposed to do. You get what I'm saying? You feel me?
Yeah.
I don't want my janitor teaching math. You get what I'm saying? I don't need that. Okay, but just like I said, Law, Kellen Moore. Okay, it's always been. Okay, when we go against people, it's always been we have the same athletic ability of people. If you get what I'm saying, like they ain't never been better than us. It's always come down to coaching. When we play a team that's actually good and got a little swagger, got their balls hanging a little bit too.
Yeah.
It comes down to coaching.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, Kellen Moore went all the way from what we've been doing. All the way from it. Why
All the way, man.
got him throwing? Why you got him throwing? Why? Why we ain't running the ball, bro? One-on-one football is who's here to tackle. That's what you hear first. Okay? And then second, you test the DB.
I don't know why they tested it, man.
And then you test the DB. You get what I'm saying, Law? That's what you do. So it's like, it's all right. Don't panic. Okay, y'all? We feel good. That's going to have to come back, Law. That's going to have to come back, Law. You hear me?
Yeah.
And he going to have to play ball, Law. Okay?
No doubt,
we
man.
ain't got time for all this other stuff. You feel what I'm saying?
No doubt, man. I appreciate you for calling in, man. Let me hear one more thing for you, man, before I let you roll, fam.
Law, you know I love you. Go Cowboys. And look, don't be holding your tongue for Jordan Lewis and eating because they be watching the we don't do that in Dallas. When you play good, we give you your flowers. When you play bad, we gotta let you know, man, because we love you. That's all. We just love you.
No
you
doubt,
feel me?
man.
Go Cowboys, baby. We D-Town in this thing, man.
No
we
doubt,
love y'all.
man. Appreciate you, man. Look, man. I feel what he said, man, but they be taking it personal over here, man. So I try to keep everything copacetic. Y'all know how it goes, man. I got from the 815, you live. My guy, is it Brandon?
Yeah.
My dog, man. Talk to me, baby.
Man, look, we learned a lot of things today. Cool. Look, I said this last week, even in the win. I said Cooper Rush playing well, but he didn't take the job. He had a bad first half, but like I said, we learned a lot of things today. We learned that Mike McCarthy needs to keep his foot on Kellen Moore's neck. Like, look, we did too much. It's time. Like, I hate making non-football decisions. Why we got to watch the real Cox only on special teams?
Oh, my God.
Devin Harper inactive. We going to figure out that Damone Clark, he ready to go, but some telling me they not going to play him. They just going to play him out. Like, Jordan Lewis, it's time.
It's time, man.
Kelvin Joseph, I think he good enough to play outside corner and either make a decision. If we could really going to do the youth movement, put Kelvin Joseph on the other corner, on the other side of Trevon and Deron Bland in the slot. If we true about the youth movement, I'm sorry. It's time. I'm so sick of this. Our play calling was terrible. I don't know why we didn't challenge it. We got a CeeDee Lamb. He blocking people in the back. I can't figure out what we was doing on that play. Look, Law. If I find my final word, if you on that play where they scored that touchdown, I promise you, when you look at the film, LVE tackled blocked himself. They didn't block him. He just picked the wrong hole and was trying to spin out and did nothing. It was LVE is terrible. Cooper Rush, he played well in the second half. Look, if I'm to believe what Dak fans tell me, we're going to be better. And I believe if Dak played this game, even I, as a Cooper Rush fan, believe if Dak played this game, we win. We need Dak to come back, but I agree with you. We got to stick to the formula. I'm so sick of this 30. Why is Cooper Rush throwing the ball 38 times? I don't know. I'm look, we 4-2. Nobody can tell me they thought we would have been 4-2 at this point. I don't care what nobody talking about. I want to say shout out to Cooper Rush for keeping this thing afloat.
Yeah.
I want to win a Super Bowl. Like I said, I don't care who do it. I just want to win.
No
That's
doubt,
it.
man. Appreciate you, fam. Hey, we're going to get back on the train, man, next week, man. Thank you, fam. Thank you. That's Brandon, dog. Yeah, it's a good call from him, man. And I'm telling you, a guy that would stand on that hill and he would not fight off. He would not get off of it, and he's still on that hill, and I appreciate him for calling in and just saying his sentiments about Cooper Rush game. And so I much respect for him. But the Cowboys, the philosophy and the formula. You know, I love that formula. You know what I'm saying? It should have been at Heat today. And trust and believe. They said, oh, no, we got to get back to it. This is what make the quarterback look good and better. And it was too late. Those interceptions, those short fields, man. You can't do that against a team on the road. You got to play the field. You can't play around with your food. And that's right from the 206, you in the mix. He's the first guy that he's the guy that put me on Dayron Bland. My guy, MJ, man, you live.
What's up, Law? What's up, family? What's up, Cowboy Nation?
What's good?
Hey, man, we had a good game. We just did bad in the first half. Like you said, we threw the ball too much. We should have called that play when the man caught the pass, and we rushed in and tried to get it, and then they got the ball at the 40 on us. We gave up 13 points, so, we ain't going to complain. Philly, your lady, Queen, who picked us 15-2, she going to be right.
Okay.
We're going to win the rest of our games.
Okay.
And we just got to give it a Dak. Let him play like he did in 2016, like me and you said, Law.
Mm-hmm.
And the Cowboys will be okay. But you got to play Bland. And I keep telling y'all, Harper is the missing piece. I don't know what's going on, but it's Dan Quinn. He got the players, the safeties and the linebackers, they favoritism. If they keep favoritism, the middle of our defense get killed. And I got to agree with you, Law. We do need Sue. Sue will make everybody on the D-line good. And that'll do. We'll be like the 92 and 93 Cowboys. We get somebody like Sue, because that'll help all the D tackles and the young linebackers. We got fast linebackers and we won't play them. Unbelievable. Yeah. But that's another story. But how about them Cowboys? Give a shout-out to Law Nation for doing his job, Cowboy Nation. And we'll be 15-2.
There we go, man. Appreciate you.
Cowboys?
That's my guy, MJ, man, spitting the truth over there. All right, so we got JP, Montana, and the 404. That's the order. And we're going to move right on ahead, baby. All right, I got my guy from the 971. This JP.
Yeah, what up, Lo?
What's up? Talk to me.
Hey, they fought good tonight, but it's three phases that they lost in on defense. If you know how to beat them, you run straight at the Cowboys defense. If you don't pick right in the draft, you don't get a D tackle, you don't get another linebacker, and then you don't get a good corner.
Mm-hmm.
You just blow everything up for yourself.
Right.
And all the spots that they hit us in last year in the playoffs and in the Tampa Bay game and this game, it came back to hunt us, right?
Yep.
I mean, came back to hunt us. You don't put Sam Williams on the field, there's no way you can't get him on the field. You don't know it. The guy runs the 4-2, can't get him on the field. You can't get Joseph on the field. You can't get the other Bland boy on the field. So, and then you don't have a D tackle to stop the middle. And it's like, okay, well, we got the same problems we had last year. So Dak's coming back. Right?
Right.
You got the same problems on defense. You're going to go for a little run with that comeback. You're going to win. You're going to get a wild card game, and you're going to still have the same problems on your defense that you've been having for the last 2 years.
Unless we tie it up right now. We got to tie this in. The Cowboys got to understand that they got to play the field, though, man. I think that the defense, here's where I'm at with the defense, man. You gave the Eagles a short field. I don't think that. Do you really think that they would have put up those extra 13 points if we were to just punt the ball away or play sound football, punt the ball away, play the field? You think they would have scored that amount of points?
I don't know who's to say. I can't call that right now. All I know is what I see and what's been going on for the last 2 years. You can't stop the run because you don't have 2 defensive tackles. You avoided that in your draft the last 2 years, and you got the number 1 pick. Okay, he all right. He hold a lot. Okay, he could have been a D tackle. And the second, Sam Williams, was a good player. Your third pick was a receiver who's never going to see the field because you got everybody in the way. Could have been a linebacker or a defensive tackle. You avoid all these areas that you're weak in. You don't want to put Joseph on the field or a drafted cornerback for him or somebody else that could come in and play.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. It's time to play the youth, man, on the defensive side. Yeah.
So what I'm asking you is, how are they going to get past all the issues right now and make you think they're going to go to Super Bowl with issues they have right now? They're going to come up. We're going to go back and look at the film. How Tampa Bay beat them? How Philly beat them? How another good team this year's going to beat them? We're going to go back and do the same thing. You are weak in those areas. If you don't address them, they're not going to get better. And if you're not going to play them now, you might as well just say, forget it. Let's just play for the draft. I mean, what? You're just giving us entertainment. I love this team, but what I see now, it ain't going to change.
Yeah,
you might as well just forget
it. We did have 17 unanswered points with the backup quarterback. I feel what you're saying now. I ain't dogging what you're saying, JP. But what I'm saying is that it's not over with yet. It's still October, and I get it. You know, the same thing we've seen now were some of the same issues against the 49ers and some of the same similar issues against Tampa Bay. But all of those things have something similar. We veered off from running the ball.
Jalen Hurts they run the same offense up here in Oregon, the Ducks. They run, you fake to the running back, you give it to them and you don't, or you run it.
Uh-huh.
They run that all the time in Oregon. Or they've been running that since I was a little kid. They call it the option play. But you're under the center. Option.
Yeah.
You fake to the quarterback or you pitch it. I mean, you fake to the running back or you pitch it. That's the option. That's how I ran in Mississippi. In Oregon, it's almost the same thing, but it's in the shotgun.
But I feel you. I feel you, JP.
You got beat by that. And then, okay, well, that got shut down. So, who are we going to pick on? Oh, we're going to go to linebacker. We know that they're not physical enough in the middle. We're going to go run the ball, and we're going to go out the cornerback.
No doubt.
That area, that right there, it's not going to change unless you draft well. Because you done messed up.
Well, I appreciate you for calling in, JP. We'll feel that. Appreciate you.
Sleep in the house. Hey, had catfish tonight. I thought about you. Love you. Check out the Stephen JP show soon. You know, I'm just. You feel like it's a wild card team?
Well, we got to see how it shake, man. It's not even cold yet, JP. You played football. It's not even cold yet.
Right.
It's still warm, man.
Asking you, though. I mean, to my eyes, I see a wild card team. That's what I'm looking at right now.
Well.
If they can make it that far.
Hey, we seen wild card teams do some things, man. I appreciate you, fam. Thank you for calling in.
Okay, love you. Hey,
let's love you. Shout out to you, man. It's still too soon, Cowboy Nation. Look, man, it's still too soon. I was listening to the Pivot podcast, and it reminded me of his talking points. Parsons said, "Man, it's just about just getting hot at the right moment." And I jumped off my table. I jumped off of my couch, almost to my table, to my little coffee table. And I said, "That is the mindset. Even though Even though we lost, he was saying that basically last year the Bengals, I think their record was like 9-8 or something like that. They were way in the Super Bowl. It was like 50-50 on a call that the Cincinnati Bengals could have won the Super Bowl. But what I'm trying to say here is, don't worry about this right here. Don't worry about this. Don't buy too much into that. The field position for what Jalen Hurts did to the Cowboys this night, right? For 155 yards. I wish that the Cowboys were to say to themselves, we're going to punt it deep and see if he can drive it on us multiple times, instead of being too risque on your side of the field. And it bit you. Sometimes you don't have to be over-aggressive. Passive-aggressive would have been better for you in that moment especially. And I hope you guys understand what I'm saying. Montana, man, from the 614, you live.
Yo.
Talk to me, man.
How y'all feeling?
Well right now. I'm hearing echo, Montana.
Yeah, so, is he echoing now?
Yeah, it's not echoing now, man. Talk to me. Nah, I still got bad reverb.
All right, brother. I guess I was the only one who stood behind that. Like I said, only way Dallas loses this game is Kellen Moore and Cooper Rush.
Okay.
I don't care about what Cooper Rush was doing during the fall game. Buddy was carried, and I've been saying this. I don't understand why anybody was thinking that he was doing things awesome. No, he was playing average, like a backup quarterback, and was just getting lucky. The ball just didn't bounce his way today. It is what it is. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But that's not all his fault. It's on Kellen Moore. Once again, as usual, it's going to continue to fall on his head because he's calling ignorant plays when it doesn't need to be. Why didn't you run the ball on 2nd and inches or whatever it was, 3rd and inches? You're passing a what? What are you doing? I don't know. And I felt like Cooper Rush could have checked out of that.
No doubt.
Could have checked out of that. He's a grown man. He's been in this system how long?
6 years. 5 to 6 years.
5 to 6 years. Okay, then. Why can't he check out of it? Because he a backup? That doesn't mean nothing. He should have checked out of that. That's on him, too. See what I'm saying? Like, it's hand-to-hand. It's not, Parsons didn't show up. Oh, this person. No, the team didn't show up. The coaches didn't show up. I said it. In order for Dallas to win this game without that, the coaches need to coach the game. Special teams did their job. Defense needs to just do their job just enough. That way the coaches can help the offense. The coaches did not help the offense at all. So, like I said, that's the only way that Dallas was going to lose the game.
No doubt, man. No doubt, Montana.
No, bad coaching. That's all I got to say. Don't worry, guys. Dallas is still going to the playoffs.
No doubt, man. I appreciate you calling in, fam.
Already.
No doubt. Now let me know, were y'all getting that echo? Because I was getting that bad echo on my end, so I wasn't really going back and forth with him. That's my guy, though. I got my guy from the 469. Hakeem, you're live.
Yeah, Mike McCarthy and our coaching staff is completely incompetent. We're not ready to win with some of the best teams in this league. That play where CeeDee Lamb stretched the ball out, everyone's talking about, what are you doing, McCarthy? You have one job. You have one job. Your job is to manage the game. That's it. That's literally it. And he couldn't do it. And Dan Quinn, I love him to death, but at the same time, he is exactly who I thought he was. He does not know how to optimally stop the run, not merely up the middle. Y'all have to remember, they were getting those perimeter runs on the outside with the RPO also with the read option, things of that nature, when Jalen was running with it, deciding to pitch or whatever the case might have been. You have to have flat players already right there ready to play it. I heard one of your callers say he plays Madden a lot or whatever and whatnot. Yes, you have to be optimal in this day and age in the NFL. This is now a college game in the NFL. I'm not so sure that the Cowboys could have beat a college football team tonight. That's what the NFL is turning into. That's what it is today, and they can't stop it. That reminded me of the Cardinals game, what I just saw. That was basically it. All this talk about we're going to be okay, we're going to be perfectly fine. No, it is time to hit the panic button. It is where I'm hitting it. We need a personnel overhaul change. LVE, I love him to death as well, but he arm tackles too much. He's not it. Jordan Lewis, he's not it. Anthony Brown, he's not it. We need a personnel overhaul change. Dan Quinn is going to have to evolve even more with his defensive philosophy. He's going to have to optimally see the game in terms of a college football sense. That's where the NFL is. I'm not so sure we're going to beat the Detroit Lions. I'm not even so sure. The Lions just put up some of the most points in the league not too long ago against the Seahawks. They just put up a lot of points. I wouldn't be surprised if they start doing a whole bunch of bootlegs, a couple RPOs. Hell, Jared Goff got some legs under him too, Law. I wouldn't be surprised if they ran some read options with him. Like, I wouldn't be shocked if we lost to the Lions. The Cowboys are not ready to compete with the best. We're lying to ourselves if we think we're going to go far with this football team if they keep doing what they're doing right now, if they keep doing the same things. Kellen Moore, he comes from the Garrett regime, right? So he has added a little bit of splash to his offensive play calling or whatnot because he's a younger mind. But he did not set Cooper Rush up for success at all. They were trying to run the ball, Law. They were trying, but then we were getting those third down and long situations to where Cooper Rush, all of a sudden, he has to make a big play out of nowhere. Then the pass rush is getting home, right? And then the offensive line can't really hold up. They weren't setting him up for success. Then they're giving Tony Pollard run plays to Zeke. Why is Zeke trying to run on the perimeter, trying to run around the edge? Those are Tony Pollard's run plays. Those are all Tony Pollard's run. There's a couple of those plays Tony Pollard might have scored. He might have scored and turned the edge and might have really got around the edge and scored. But because it was Zeke even waved him on the field when he ran on the edge that one play and he just ran to the bench, right? And then he was like, go in, Tony. Why did he do that? He was gassed. He was gassed as fuck, and he knew that was Tony Pollard's run play.
Yeah.
And then they're running Tony Pollard right up the middle. Then they're running him up the middle when that's really Zeke's play. Our coaching staff is incompetent. They're incompetent, and we're not going to go far. A wild card team. Y'all think we're going to be a wild card team? We might not even make the postseason if they keep playing like this. If they keep doing this, we're going to beat sorry teams, of course. I'm not worried about sorry teams.
So we're going to win. We're going to go into two. Like we play. Who our next schedule? We play the Bears. We play the Lions, Bears, right? And then,
I won't be surprised if we lose both of those games. Justin Fields can run too. Basically, if Justin Fields runs the same offense that the Eagles just ran tonight, they'll win. Basically, Law, tell me right now, if we play the same way that we played tonight against the Bears, and let's say the Bears run the same type of offense, you think we're going to win that game?
I think that the Bears are far from the Eagles personnel. I look back at the Bears and I seen how the Washington team played the Bears and I saw they get pressure. I don't think that Justin can go through. Like, Justin is not there yet. I wouldn't put Justin and Jalen Hurts in the same conversation as of now. I think Justin needs some weapons.
He's not there
they don't
yet,
have an AJ
but at the
Brown.
same time, the Bears aren't too far away from figuring it out themselves on offense. They have a great defense. Their defense is always going to be great. It's just their offense.
They beat the Niners. They beat the Niners this year. So
and they beat the San Francisco. I forgot all about that. And they beat the 49ers, the great Kyle Shanahan.
Yeah.
So
we'll find out.
All they have to do is basically figure their offense out, and you look me in my eye and really tell me. Obviously, I'm not looking at you.
Right.
But if we play the same way against them, you really believe we're going to win.
Man,
all the Bears have to do is stay on schedule.
Yeah, their offensive line is not even in the same stratosphere as the Eagles. So
our linebackers suck, Law. Our linebackers suck. Our linebackers suck. They suck. LBE cannot stop that. LBE would not be able to stop that.
LVE with his arm tackling, all that stretching his arm out and picking the wrong holes and all that.
Oh my God.
He's not a warp tackler.
Hey man, we gonna find out, man. Hey, the Eagles won, but I don't think we finna go on this Terry of losing multiple games, man. But I feel what you're saying, though. I feel, and you was right week one, and we'll find out. You were right about this game too, because I think your prediction was like 20-17 Eagles or something like that. So we'll find out, Hakeem, how the Cowboys will answer and respond. I appreciate you so much for calling in, though.
All right, man.
That's my guy Hakeem, man. He gonna stand on that hill and he gonna fight. Cause we be fighting all night, man. And I love the way he called in with his mindset. Let's go to. I know I had somebody in here. They've been waiting from forever, man. You all right, man? You all right? Do I need to leave the Patty Man on the screen?
Bruh, a team sound like he's gonna vote for Herschel Walker.
Yeah.
A team sound like a man that just recreated a woman because he was mad because she was a woman. A team sound like a dude that got mad at a prostitute for telling him to warm up the condom in the microwave, but nigga, at least you still getting some. What the hell was this dude just talking about? Man, listen, we just went on a 4-game winning streak and we just lost one game. When we won Super Bowls, how many games we lose? 4 or 5? Calm your butt down. Man, I like Hakeem better in, what's his name, that movie, Eddie Murphy, Coming to America. I like him better than this Hakeem. This is the wrong Hakeem. Change that dude's name to the Herschel Walker nephew or something. Man, what the heck was he talking about, Law? So I got something else to ask you, Law, because as soon as you said call in to the number, I called immediately, and I know nobody was in front of me like that. But it was like saying that, that if you,
man, dog, that line long, dog. That line longer than Shaq feet, man.
No, like as soon as you said it, I called in. Neither here nor there. What happened tonight is, listen, we, like you said, we didn't run the ball well. It was 3rd and inches, we decided to throw. It was 3rd and 2, we decided to throw. You can't do that. Mm-hmm. And anybody that says Zeke was washed up, if we kept feeding Zeke like we was feeding him late in the game, that dude would have had at least 150. Zeke can still tote the ball. We got to run Zeke like he's normally run. I mean, it's not rocket science. But here's the thing. We're going to lose a game or two here or there. No panic button. I ain't pressing no panic button. I ain't pressing none of that crazy crap this dude just talked about. We're going to lose a game here and there, okay, but we're still a playoff-bound team. But here's the thing. We just got to tighten up the screws. And one more point that I want to make. Last week I told you guys about keeping that fresh mindset. I wasn't impressed by them beating the Rams. I was impressed by the mindset that they had when beating the Rams. Mm-hmm. And I don't think that same mindset was in there. Why do I say that, Law? Because I love The Pivot. If anybody watched The Pivot, The Pivot is the best podcast out there for sports. I'm just saying, like, not talking about you, your real.
I say one of the best, man.
The Pivot, you know what I'm saying? Like,
they good. Them boys good.
Diggs, and Parsons was on there. I cringed a little bit because I just got back from Chicago. I did 2 shows at Reels in Chicago, got back, and I sat down and watched that podcast. I love watching it. Mm-hmm. The thing that I heard them say is like they got comfortable because we just came off a 4-game winning streak.
Yeah.
I heard some things like, well, it really don't matter how the record is now as long as we get in. No, bro. If you ever watch Remember the Titans, where he said, hey, look, man, we did the best we could. Old boy said, no, coach. You said you want us to be perfect, and this is not perfection, but we're going to be perfect. That's the mindset, bro. Yeah. Do everything you do to be perfect. We're not satisfied with just winning 4 games in a row. We're trying to take this thing all the way to the long haul because we do have the best defense in the league. We just didn't play up to it tonight. You know what I'm saying? Cooper Rush, you know what I'm saying? God bless him. He finally turned back into a pumpkin. Praise the Lord. Now we get that back. I was waiting on that. I don't want to hear no more about Cooper Rush, but Cooper Rush did his thing. I'm going to buy the jersey off of Amazon Rejects tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Going to get that. But I am happy. We did go on a 4-game winning streak. We are good. The Giants is not going to stay in second place. You know what I'm saying? The Eagles is not going to stay undefeated. We will take this division back. We will be okay. But please, when you hear Hakeem talk like that again, just mute the dude. Because that jump made me throw up like Patti LaBelle did at her concert yesterday. I don't want to hear Hakeem talk no more. That just made me cringe. Yes, I know other fans agree with me because I see them laughing. You know, I'm still watching you on YouTube at the same time I'm talking, just so I can see what they're saying about me. But yeah, man, that was
I appreciate you, man. Call it in, man.
Bro, we still had a chance to win it. So if that was in there, I do believe we would have won it. Also, we would have had
Amari Cooper, he would have got open. Point blank period. Cooper is an eagle killer. You know what I'm saying? Along with that Prescott. But that's all I got, man. Hey, Cowboys for life, baby. You will be all right. You're going to win. Even that 2 games with that Prescott. We will be all right. So y'all just pump your brakes and just be fans like you're supposed to, all right?
No doubt, man. A good call from my guy, man. Simpson, man. Scott, man. Appreciate him, man. You'll see. He's a comedian, by the way, and I saw his stand-up show on IG, man. Dude is hilarious. Appreciate him for calling in. I got the 404. You live.
Man, what's up, Law?
Talk to me, man. Talk to me. What's on your mind? What's on your cranium, man? What's on your mental?
Man, first off, the first thing that's on my mind, man, me and my brother, we watching the game, man. He called me, man. I'm in Dallas. He in Fort Worth. He called me. Soon as I see Jason Garrett come on the screen, I already feel like, it's a fluke. I do not like Jason Garrett. So
How you
I don't
doing,
like
guys?
this nigga nowhere near us. You hear me?
Right.
Like, I don't want him nowhere near our team, period.
Yeah, I already know. how you feeling, man.
I don't like when Tony Romo called a game because he a hater, and I don't like when Jason Garrett called a game because he a hater. 2 people who bitter about not being on this team no more. You feel me?
I got no rebuttals.
But off of that, man, I just wanted to say, man, hey, man, this game right here, man, we did good. I seen a whole bunch of potential, but I feel like everybody else seen, when we first came out, we tried to be fancy. And sometimes I feel like when we see another team score, we think we got to score this drive. We don't have to do that. We need to stick to our game plan. And that's what happened when we watched Jalen Hurts go down that field. We felt Kellen Moore felt like, we can do that better. No, we don't need to do that. We need to do what we plan on doing. We don't never need to let another team take us out of our game plan, and that's how we win games. Because really, when soon we seen him score, we felt like, we need to do something fancy. Why y'all got Cooper Rush dropping back first play? I ain't even get to look up from my phone. Soon as we came on the screen, this nigga threw a pick.
He did. So what they did was they did the run play to my guy CeeDee Lamb, and then they said, okay, we got the first 8 yards he got off of that play. And then they got super cute with it. They got super cute with it.
Super cute. That's the exact Law. You took the words out of my mouth. They got cute with it. Yeah. And one more thing. When CeeDee Lamb got that first, everybody seen him get that first. That's cool. Then when we did go for it, why we getting super cute when we did go for it? Why we didn't just run the ball? We got cute then too. We even got it was even if we did go for it, it was the wrong play call anyway. To go for it then anyway, because y'all threw the ball. Y'all tried to do the exact play the Eagles did twice on us and burnt us with. That's not our play. Do what we do. I don't like when I see the team trying to do something that another team doing, they doing it good. No, do what the Cowboys do good. When you try to make Cooper Rush do something outside of what he do, we going to take that L every time. We need to let the whole team play to what they do good, and that's when we win. And I appreciate your life for letting me check in with you, man.
No doubt, man. Shout out to you, man. Appreciate him, man. Those were bars at the end, how he put that all in. All right, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to lock it down.
The conference has been locked.
And what time we got? It's 12:41. So if you called in, and if you in, right, we going to kick that thing in to the 1 minute time, my friend. Let's go. All right, so we got the 571. You live.
Hello?
You live, Chief. Talk to me, man.
Hey, Law. Appreciate you having me checking in on here, second time.
Mm-hmm.
I'll make it quick. First one, thank God for Cooper Rush doing what he did. You know, we could have been 1-5, 2-4, 0-6. So he did what he could.
Yep.
Defense is still legit. It was just one of those nights. It is what it is. But we got to replace a few pieces. Jordan Lewis, Anthony Brown, Van Der Esch need better, stronger backers. Bland need to go in there. Kelvin Jones need to go in there. Got to do a better job stopping the run up the middle. Zeke needs to be utilized in pass blocking during the pass plays and just the inside runs between the guards and the tackles, and have Tony Pollard go outside the tackles and maybe in between the tackles time to time, maybe just for a screen. Dak is coming back. Thank God for him too. No bash and shot towards Cooper Rush. Dak, if Dak can play.
No doubt,
Hello?
man. No doubt. But one more point, man. One more thing before I let you go, man. Say it real quick.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
No doubt, man. Appreciate him, man. All right, man. 757, you live.
Hey, Law. How you doing?
Man, I'm doing well, man. You've been holding on, man. I thank you for jumping in.
All right. I just want to talk about everybody's always on Kellen Moore. He's as much as I dislike him, man. You can't blame him all the time. You just got to blame the execution of the play. I mean, he called some good plays. That you talked about that first drive when CD went round there on the end line, but the second play was a pass. The pass was broke up. It was a good play. It just got broke up. So you just can't always blame the play caller. Sometimes you got to blame the execution. And as far as the defense, it's a great defense, a great pass rush, but the only thing that's going to hold this defense back is tackling. I mean, we had a whole bunch of third and shorts that if we could have just made the tackle, man, we would have been off the field. And that's all I got.
No doubt, man. I appreciate you for calling in. Good call. Right, good call from him. Here's my rebuttal to just that, just for a little bit. When I'm talking about the play call, right? More so than the execution, I'm talking about the mentality. Right? I want us to start running the ball so that we can get those favorable looks. I get it. I get what the caller is saying. Yeah, we got to execute on those plays. But that's not the uniform that I want to see from Cooper Rush. And what I'm trying to get to is third and short. I'm trying to make it whereas the safety that normally sits on the top of the roof come down. I want his first step to be forward, right? I want to keep them thinking, okay, we're going to run the ball, even if the numbers are not there. I know you guys heard me say this when the Washington team, when we played against them, we only averaged Ezekiel Elliott 3 yards, I think 2.8 yards per rush, and Tony Pollard 0.8. So we didn't get the numbers there, but we got the attempts. And that's what I wanted to from the Cowboys tonight, but we didn't do that. Orlando Brown says Harper and Cox over LVE and Clark when healthy. Let's get Bland in the mix there ASAP. Appreciate you. The Yell Nation podcast. Appreciate you. Still want to talk about about last year? No, we don't. Look, this is what I want to get from Eagles fans. If you don't want me to bring up last year, I'm not. But truth be told, we're gonna talk about this game this year when we face y'all on Christmas Eve, right? We're going to talk about, and I'm gonna teach y'all how to talk about football. How about that? Let's go from the 281. You're live, and I'm going to use reference from this game. 281, you're live.
Hey, Long, thank you for being up for us, man. Appreciate it.
All day.
Yeah, I'll be as quick as I can in a minute. Hey, look at the bright side. At least we don't have to have Bayless. We don't have to hear him tomorrow talking about dumping back for Russ.
He gonna figure out a way.
Yeah, and he keeps talking about Dak off the set. Dak is just slow. I saw Dak busting through that line, making touchdowns and turning the corner. I mean, I saw some good things. And look, it was 20-0, and I thought, man, a lot of teams have already been like hanging their heads down. And we fought back, 10 points, and then almost a touchdown. Just a little bit out of bounds. With a backup quarterback and a trash defense. What are you talking? These people, when they say y'all, when you hear that y'all, I don't know, man. Are you the Cowboys Nation, or are you just playing with us? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And one more thing, and you can answer me, and then that's all for me. Looked like the officials put handcuffs on number 11. They just like turned a blind eye to all this holding, man. Because I saw 2-3 holding. It went bad.
he gonna hush now. Hey, number 11, he's gonna hush now because when you play this game, you want to be as innocent as possible. And when Parsons, and this is not excuses, this is me telling y'all the truth. When Parsons said the NFL is terrible, you know, how we supposed to sack the quarterback now? Oh, and you're gonna call out the team, you're gonna call out the NFL that pretty much cut your check, although it's John, you know, it's Jerry Jones, but you can't do that. I challenge you guys, even if you are an A+ worker at your job, to write a post saying, "Oh, it's a terrible workplace. You guys don't provide this. You guys don't provide that." And let me know if you're going to get Employee of the Week or Employee of the Month. There are ways that you got to handle this, and we can clearly see that unsportsmanlike conduct, which normally they would let that slide, but they watched the replay, and then they gave the flag. Oh, that came from New York. From the people. He think he too good. He can't be touched. Let's put him in his spot. Let's put him in his place. Yeah, integrity, right? Is what you do when no one else is watching. And somebody need to tell Parsons, "Hey man, I feel what you're saying, but you can't call out the aficionados. Even if it's away, you can't do it. All eyes are on you right now. They are." They're not gonna give you the benefit of the doubt, because they are slowly painting him with a small brush. I'm gonna say this: as being a villain now. They slowly painting him, and he's gonna have to make ends meet. He's gonna have to make up. All right, from the 478, you're live.
Hey, what's up, Law? How's it going?
All is well, man. I can't complain.
Yeah, man. Parsons didn't have a great day today, but you know what? That happens sometimes, man. But you know what? There's good wins.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, excuse me, good losses and bad losses.
Right.
And today was I would call it a good loss.
Yeah.
I would call it a good loss. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I really do like our tight ends. You know, I see a lot of promise. Yeah, I see a lot of promise in those tight ends. And, you know, everybody's calling in, talking about let's replace Lewis. Where was Kurtz today? Was he just standing around?
Kurtz was a step short. He's a step short on everything, but he still, you know, Goddard had 22 yards in this game, so you can't say that Goddard kind of like had a hell of a game, but Kurtz was a step short today.
Yeah. So, you know, I mean, I just look at it like, you know, just as a learning experience. You know, the boys will be back. The other kid who was talking about was Hakeem or something like that. Man, you know, can't be trashing the boys like that, man. You know, we going to come back. We're going to come back. You know, right now, this kind of reminds me of that 92 season, you know, when Philly had our number.
Yeah,
No doubt. You know, I mean, a long time ago, but, you know.
There's many
Philly
moves,
did
man.
have our
I
number.
appreciate you, though, man. Thank you for calling in, fam.
Yep.
A good call from here, man. From the 626, you're live.
Yeah, what's up, man? How you doing?
Chief, man? Well, man, I can't complain.
Yeah, I know. I just wanted to say, man, despite what everybody's been saying, man, I think that we have to look at it like this. This is just my perception.
Mm-hmm.
I've been a Cowboys fan since 1977. Okay. Now, my point is that we, in fact, need to look at this loss, like the brother said. This was a good loss, but at the same time, we got to look at this loss is because that we refused to replenish what we took away from us, and that was another receiver. We don't want to do that. We stuck, for some reason, Jerry Jones and his crew, they are stuck in the idea that they can win with the receiving core that they have. They can win, but it's going to be times that Cooper Rush or Dak are going to have to throw that ball. Okay, so we need some more another receiver out there that can catch that ball. Okay, and I think this was part of our downfall. It wasn't so much that the defense played really bad. They didn't play bad. They just, the point is that I do believe that we need another receiver that can catch that ball, bro.
No doubt, man. I appreciate you for calling in, fam. Good call from him, but at some point you got to look at it. The pregame show from Rex Ryan, or is it Rob Ryan? Which one of those Ryan brothers? He said that on Slay and on Bradbury, you get a better QBR rating by spiking the ball. Yeah, you guys can find that clip if you follow those NFL Network shows. And those boys were sticky today. And you got to earn the privilege to have the one-on-ones to the outside. You got to soften. Y'all heard me when I did the play-by-play. You got to soften those boys up. And the only way you get that if you run on the edge, if you continue to run at those guys. Pull Zach Martin, do those things. And Bradbury made an epic mistake, right? He fell over. He's number 24 for the Eagles. He fell over on that route with CeeDee Lamb. But it's about how can your back end help? And the safety over the top, the ball fluttered, right? Because pressure in the face. And he was able to catch that ball. He would catch the INT. So if you can't win that, it's going to be a long night regardless. So it's hard for me to say anything positive about the Cowboys' passing opportunities when you really didn't earn the play action, right? You really didn't earn the soften up of the defense so that your boys can eat on the outside. I would take my DBs. I'm a DB guy at heart. I would take my DBs any day on a team that refuses to run the ball on a consistent level, right? I would take the matchup any day of Slay and Bradbury with help over the top. Let's get it. I got from the 954 you live.
Yo, well, what's up, Law Nation?
Nothing to it, Chief. Talk to me, man.
Yeah, I'm going to say over and over again, we got to stop being everybody else and be ourselves and run the ball. Run the ball, man. That's what's going to get us where we got to go. And also, this also showing us how much we really need Dak, how truly we need him, because we know if Dak was in that game and he was healthy, he would have put up 25. We'd have like 25, 30 points on that team. And the defense, it's not that we got exposed. The defense, we need a true D tackle up in the middle. Mm-hmm. If I'm Dallas, I'm going back. I'm looking on the film. I'm going on the trade block. This may hurt, but hey, give up a second or something. Well, most teams like the fleece us anyways. But I'm knocking on the door and I'm going to the hated Washington Redskins or the Panthers, and I'm getting either D-Payne or that boy Brown for the Panthers. Enough is enough. We got the linebackers. We got the team. We just need some more nasty people up the middle, and that's it. That's all I got to say, man.
No doubt, man. Good call for you, man.
All right.
Good call from him. We know that the Cowboys are not going to make any trades. There will be probably people putting out reports saying, hey, Cowboys are interested, but they're not finna do any trades at this point. KJ says, first down, interception killed us. Yeah, run the ball. Right, KJ gets to what I'm saying. Yeah, if the Cowboys do anything, it will be probably picking up the phone, bringing in somebody that's long in the tooth. but then you killing the philosophy of the youth movement, right? They're supposed to like the youth part of it. 469, what's on your mind?
Hey, how's it going, Law?
Going well.
Oh, awesome. Been a fan for you 3 years now.
Oh, wow. It's a long time.
Listening to you. So, yeah, been a while.
Mm-hmm.
I think this Cowboys team today, defense was on point. The Eagles had their run play going on, but this defense had it going on. So, I know I had a lot of Cowboy fans call in. I heard them today, and overhaul about coaching and everything. But it's a loss, week 6. So still a long road ahead of us, but we'll be able to get it back on track.
Oh yeah.
I think Zeke with that touchdown today, and Tony Pollard had a good running game. We get Dak back, and man, we're gonna be a scary team.
No doubt, no doubt.
Coming these weeks, so for sure.
No doubt, man. I appreciate you, fam. Thank you for calling in. Good call from all right. 570. We rolling today, baby. All right, 570, you live.
Law, first time caller. Always love listening to you, man.
Appreciate
so thank you for having me.
Thank you.
My name's Tariq, and I'm big on the mindset piece and perspective. And I just got to say this: in the fourth quarter, it was 20-17. We had a shot. We were right there and everything like that. And so it's all about having that perspective and being there. And, Parsons, they had a plan for Parsons coming in. Philadelphia did. But at the end of the day, it's having that game plan, having that mindset. What it comes down to is, and the league is a little bit different this year. It's interesting. We got to make sure we take the Lions serious next week, too, because the Lions did have Philadelphia 35-38.
Right.
And they're 1-4.
Yeah.
And so I'm looking forward to Dallas coming up. I think we got a good team. Perspective is everything. I think we're going to take care of business. Just keep it rolling.
No doubt. I appreciate you for calling in. And, hey, call in tomorrow. We have more time, okay?
Sounds good, boss. Have a good one.
You as well. All right. Great perspective there. The league is different. I seen Aaron Rodgers lose today, right? Tom Brady lost today. Multiple teams won games for less than 200 yards throwing. So the league is different. There's a any given Sunday type of vibe going on. We want parity in the league, right? But I think there's a change, right? The change of balance of power. The NFC East, this still was a good game. I know that we lost. I know we had 2 callers to say, hey, this was a good loss. And the reason why they saying this is because they're looking at it from the perspectives of, okay, we made it this far with the backup quarterback. I get it. 3 interceptions. You were still in the thick of it, 20-17 in the fourth quarter, right? The drive, the defining moment, right, in this game was Jalen Hurts. He answered the call. We can't look for, in the 49ers loss, appreciate you, Darian, to an Atlanta team who you all think that they were the underdogs in that game. So we're not now on B2-3. We're not going to blame the refs, right? We're not going to do that. But we can collectively look at this game and find the positive parts of it, right? And we can look at the game and look at the negatives. But lo and behold, I think that the positive outweigh the negatives. Okay, I think this defense is still good. But you can't give the number 2 offense. Was it number 2 or number 1? The number 2 offense in the National Football League. Multiple short fields on multiple series. You can't and then expect to win. 510, you in.
Right on, Law, man. We appreciate you, man, staying up this late, man. But I just want to know I got to make it quick, man. It was a good game. It was a hard-fought game, and we ain't got nothing to worry about, man. We in good shape, man, considering that we lost Dak. All you Cowboy fans is out there hitting the panic button. You need to go eat a pile of freaking cow poo-poo, man. Matter of fact, you guys need to change teams and don't be Cowboy fans on because you guys get me upset, especially Akeem. I wish you would hang up on him every time he calls in. I wish we could do that drill where you lay on your back and one person has to tackle the other person with a ball and blow the whistle. You know what I'm talking about? Law, when you lay on your back and then the coach blows the whistle and you got to tackle each other.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I wish me and Akeem could do that drill because I would knock his block off and knock his wig off. And when he talks negative about the Cowboys, you need to put some bass. You need to put some bass in your voice, man, because you just sound like you had a sex change, buddy. I'm out. Peace.
Wait a minute, man. Man, yeah, Akeem, man. We love Akeem over here, man. You know. I feel you, man. Hey, man, from the 5'10", I feel you, man. Oh, my gosh, man. Akeem, you know, Akeem got me one time, and it was before week 1, and he laid out the game plan of what's going to happen, and then I ever since week 1, I absolutely respect Akeem, believe it or not. And Akeem is my guy, y'all. You know. Look, me and Brandon Ross, man, for 4 or 5 weeks now, we've been going back and forth, and I have learned to respect my guy Brandon because he does give some objective analysis to it, and I had to see it from his perspectives, right? And that's what this game is about, you know, seeing it from their perspectives, and now I look at it like, man, these guys, man. They right on this. They right on this, or they wrong on that. And this is what make us a family. We can't all agree. We may say Auntie Shirley, she make the best spaghetti, right? And then we looking at it like, nah, it's really Aunt Pam. But since Auntie Shirley been doing it for a long time, you know, we still pump up Auntie Shirley. That's just how it goes. But Pam make the best spaghetti. That's just how it is. And we ain't going to talk about potato salad, right? 512, you're live.
What's up, Law? The People's Show, man. Thanks for having me on.
I appreciate you, man.
Yeah, man, of course. Yeah, I've been following you for a couple of years now. Yeah, I agree with the previous caller, dude. You know, everyone should be grateful for what Cooper Rush has done. It's a backup quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the energy. Honestly, though, the game, what I kind of got from it, I felt like the Cowboys felt like they were actually underdogs this game.
They felt like,
you know,
right?
The way, right, like the play calling, you know, in the first half, and Kellen Moore is once again, he likes to throw the ball. You could see that in the first half.
Yeah,
I agree with you. We need to spread that. Philly is legit. That defense is legit. They are fast. What do you do with a fast defense? You spread them out. And I would like to see maybe Micah Parsons play some, you know, maybe Rover. Just be like, hey, read the play, do what you do.
Rover.
Yeah. You know, because they were keying on him, so that's why they took him off the ball. So in that happenstance, you want to go, you stay back in coverage. You know, maybe he has to watch some extra film to do that, but I think he can handle that with his athletic ability, you know. So I think we're in great shape.
No doubt. No doubt. You got one more point, man. I'll let you rock with one more, man. You on the money with it. Talk to me, man.
I appreciate that, Law. I think we're in great shape. Nothing to worry about. You know, when Dak comes back, it's going to be something totally different. And that defense, it's just going to keep going. It's just going to keep getting better. I would like to see some interior defensive linemen step up, though. Thanks, Law.
Appreciate you, man. Good call from him, man. Last but not least, and I'm ready to go eat after this. From the 469, what's on your mind? You sleep? This joker sleep. Hey, wake up, 469. 469. You sleep over here, man.
No.
469, man, we got you snoring over here. Wake up, man.
Oh, no.
Wake up, 469. I don't blame you, man. I done serenaded you guys enough to put him to sleep. Wake up, 469, wake up. He actually asleep. Look at him, he's snoring. He's so sleepy. I want to let this man sleep. Oh, my gosh, man. I needed that laugh, man. Oh my gosh, man. The 469, I already know what's on his mind. Sleep. He's dreaming. He'd probably wake up and say the Cowboys in his dreams, the Cowboys won. He gonna wake up and say, wait a minute, the Cowboys lost? Come on. Oh my gosh. Or the Cowboys, the Eagles beat him so bad, boy, he fell asleep, boy. Oh my gosh. Put the man into submission over there, man. Oh my gosh. Woo, beat us so bad the man fell asleep, baby. Oh my goodness, man. I can't make this stuff. I like 469. Wake up there. Wake up. Now that's a hell of a loss, man, to be beaten down so bad. Put us to sleep, baby. But neither here nor there. The Cowboys are now 4-2. And we got a home game now, right? And we can't go on this skid of losing and losing. This is the first road loss for us, right? Right? So, man, well, I'm going to have to be like 469, man. I'm going to go to bed, man. 469. Oh, my gosh, man. Oh, my gosh, man. This right here, hell of a night. Hell of a night. Now it's morning time somewhere, right? Well, it's morning time now, right? And
emotional damage.
We are hit with the emotional damage. But with that being said, Cowboy Nation, I'm going to give the final shots out. Oh, Thomas, we got to call back tomorrow. I done shut the phone lines down. Shout out to you, 434. Shout out to you, Chappelle. Brandon, thank you for jumping in. Yeah, I heard you, 434. Coach, appreciate you, Coach. Appreciate you. Was that you, Coach? It couldn't have been you, Coach. We don't know who Dak would have done. It's from Quentin. Yeah. Sheila Neal, thank you so much. All right, we're going to have to bounce back. I tell people what was told to me, you learn more from your losses than your wins, right? Or you learn more from your failures than your success. Hey, the shining moment was Turpin, right? He's finally getting out of that shadowy place, right? Appreciate everybody. Let me just give a quick shout out to those, man. Kevin Howard on Facebook. Diaz on Facebook. Cortez Davis, appreciate you. Shout out to the people on Facebook. Thank y'all for sharing. Orlando Brown, thank you so much. Damn Entertainment, man, for being the leader of the donations today. And cool, appreciate you, man. Appreciate everybody who supported this channel. Cody Oliver, appreciate you. Don't worry, Cowboy Nation, Dak is coming back. Long season, I feel you. Shout out to you. That was 3 hours ago. Man, these people been sitting here. How long I been live? For 10 hours, huh? Man, we love this team, right? No Monty Crew tonight. I can't pick on the Eagles, but I can tell you, your time is coming, though. Your time is coming. They think they don't want a Super Bowl.
Oh, you think darkness is your ally?
And I can't wait, baby. It's about that time. And shout out to y'all, man. Y'all already know how this thing goes.
You won't break my soul. You won't break my soul.
Let's go, Cowboy Nation. Hey, I told my brother earlier today, turn your hobby into a hustle, right? Somebody said hustle, strong law. Appreciate you. Turn your hobby into a hustle, right? Because normally, after a loss, I'll be angry, upset, mad at the world. And you guys, it's the inverse. You guys help me out. This is like therapy for me, right? Therapy for me. You guys giving me some relaxation, right? I'm talking to you guys. I'm on my couch, but I'm sitting up upright. You know, you never know. I'm thinking I'm helping y'all out. Y'all helping me. That's what I like. Been in many moments like this. And this is Mental Awareness Month too, right? So formulate your minds to know that you guys are helping the nation, baby. Stand tall. A prize fighter. Even when he's down, he's continued to swing. He's continued to fight. And that's me. I always see myself as I know I got a puncher's chance. So let's continue to fight, Cowboy Nation. We're going to get some rest. Let them enjoy the win, the Eagles. They fly, Eagles fly. Yes, indeed. Let them rejoice in their victory. For we regrouping, and the best is yet to come, right? And we sitting back, watching, and say to them, what a hard fight. We're down. We out. They counted us out, right? Maybe, just maybe, the reality steps into the atmosphere for Parsons and Trayvon Diggs. Say, hey man, we got to do better. Maybe Rain Dakota Prescott and his phalanges. He doing these Dr. Strange workout so they can be ready next week. Maybe that's the situation. We got to continue to fight. The mind, the body, and everything else got to continue to put those things together. If there's one thing a man should always do, is mainly to himself be true. Never allow a man to change your point of view unless what he brings makes sense to you. Never judge a man by sight alone, nor by the height he has grown. And when speaking, keep it at a moderate tone, because raised voices turns hearts into stone. You see, in the beginning, before the kickoff, how about them Cowboys? We them boys. And now look at them. Time to press the panic, man. It's over with, Law. Those man, no man. You should call a friend. Because that's the morals of life. Live, love, and respect for another. You see, they would take a decent man to set him apart, to rip his heart out, to twist his words, right? But no. Because they bend lies around the truth till it meets their end. Let's not do that, no. Write this down. From true experience, Cowboy Nation. From true testaments of the heart. If you want a thing bad enough to go out there and fight for it, to work day and night for it, to give up your time, your peace and your sleep for it, if all of your desires of it makes you quite mad enough that you don't get tired of it, and it makes you hold all other things tawdry and cheap, if life itself seems empty and useless without it, and all that you scheme and dream is about it, if you'll gladly go out there and sweat for it, fret for it, plan for it, and lose all terror of your mind for it, if you will simply go after the thing you want, if dogged and grim and besieged and beset it, with the help of Almighty, you will get it, even in your defeat. There's some positives in there. Been there, done that. Let's continue to grind and shine, baby. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Let's go.
ran up a check, I might do it again. Enemies close, had me thinking they're friends. 10
Enemies
toes
close,
down, I'll be
baby.
free
10
until the
toes
end. Crib
down,
outside the
baby.
city, I don't feel safe in my hands. Took so many years, I'm just waiting for the wins. I'm in debt to no one but the one who took my
We'll be
sins.
back
I do
tomorrow.
it for real, there's no reason to pretend. If I do it once, I do it again.
Come on.
Add it up, bankroll.
That's what me. No, it's not me. It's Mills. Whatever that man's name. He got bankroll now. He got bankroll from this.
Peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me. Oh, you matter what? Add it up. Told her if it's all me, everything is on me. Gon'
baby.
back it up. Matter what? Told
Shout
you
to
I'ma
you,
do
kids.
me. Why you hating on me? It's not adding up. I do roll like a Mack truck. Country heart, I might cop a farm and go act up. Lot of scars, I was cold-hearted, now I'm back up. Keep it real, I do this once a month, I don't rap much. I just take the money and go stack up. Only buying car to get tatted up. All that other bull, it don't matter much. You only climb me, I put the ladders up. No fault, I done doubled up on the workload. I think I fell in love with the bankroll. Pray up, get money, then we lay low. Then we lay low. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me, no matter what. Add it up,
come on,
bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me, oh you matter what.
Keep that same energy, baby. I got you.
Told you I'ma do me, why you hating on me? It's not adding up.
Let's go.
Told her if it's all me, everything is on me. Gon' back it up. Told you I'ma do me, why you hating on me? It's not adding up.
Monty. I want to play Monty clip so bad.
Simply because you don't have evidence that something does exist does not mean that you have evidence that something doesn't exist.
It is what it is, baby. Let's get on up out of here. I'm still going to slow it down. Let's slow it down so I can get my mind right. Come on, we want to slow down. Because we're going to let the street lights hit us one more time.
FBI, open up!
Come on. Good night, y'all. Love is lovelier the second time around. Thank you.
Take a drag of my cigarette. Breathe me out, breathe you in. Yeah. Take a bite of my burger, babe. Save the last bite for you.
Emotional damage.
Don't let the street lights get you all alone.
Gotta throw a party for my day ones.
To go alone. Don't let the street lights hit you. Can I be your player too? I'll follow wherever you go, whatever you do. Player too.
hit you, baby.
You know it's dangerous to go alone. Don't let the street lights hit you. Can I be your player too? I follow wherever you go, whatever you do. Player too. If a paper crane can fly, then forever doesn't If a paper crane can fly, then
Another
perhaps
one.
doesn't feel that far. So far, so far. If a paper crane can fly, fly on, fly on, fly on, fly on, fly on. Enemy spotted.
I've got balls of steel.
Suck.
If y'all watching, let's get on up out of here. Until next time, DC for life. Salute.